Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Lott with your Sactown Sports headlines. Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot after their 119-115 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow night when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to tomorrow night's game right here on Sactown Sports. Even though the Kings are not playing tonight, they can still clinch a playoff spot if the New Orleans Pelicans win tonight in San Francisco against the Warriors. Those are your headlines. Now it's time with Deuce and Mo with our guests, Chris Watkins and Frankie Cardicelli.
live from Sacramento
It's Deuce and Mo.
on Sactown Sports.
We are live. Happy Tuesday, I guess. Is it a happy Tuesday?
It's like, sure, another rainy Tuesday.
Oh, cool.
It's
more
not
rain.
your average Tuesday.
More rain. It's so fun. I love the rain. We all wanted more of it. Guess what? It's here. I hope you love extremes in life. It's going to be 145 this summer. And we're going to get I don't know. How many inches of rain have we had in the last month?
A
lot. A lot.
All the inches.
A lot.
I like that answer.
Too much. But we're here. We're live. We're hanging out today. It's Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan. We're kicking off this hour with a little Kings Roundtable. Frankie Cardicelli, Chris Watkins in the building. They were just on last hour on Chris & Co., which you can listen right before this show from 10 to 11. So the Kings lose last night, 119-115 to Minnesota. We really believed yesterday, huh? We really believed it was happening, man.
Yeah.
When we walked
When
we walked into that building, I'm not kidding you. I felt emotional walking into the building last night. I thought that was the night. I thought it was the night.
You guys, Deuce was so I'm driving in with him and he's just every single, we're passing L Street and he's just wow. I just keep thinking about it. I'm just going to I think I'm going to just cry. I'm going to cry just thinking about it. And I'm like, they haven't done it yet. Please stop. And I felt like he was doing that all day yesterday. And it wasn't just him. It felt like it was everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Chris Verlaud chanting, like that beam at 1 p.m. You had Deuce Mason talking about crying. Here's my thing. I want everyone to soak in every second of this. But
Sure sounds like it.
Hey, but I felt like people got, and not necessarily pointing fingers at you because this is everyone. I felt like people got cocky yesterday, just thought it was a win. It wasn't going to be a tough matchup. Everything was going to go their way.
I feel like you're talking about Deuce.
Some people put on their Instagram, they'll light the beam early.
Okay. One thing I did say yesterday, Chris, I don't know if you remember this,
say that.
the emoji thing.
Yeah, superstitious.
So I won't put on the little flashlight with the purple dot.
The beam, unofficial beam emoji combination.
Right? Yeah. Yesterday, I posted a photo hey, I'm doing sidelines before the game or right during the game. And I was like, you know what? Everyone else is so confident. I put the emojis. It's also my fault too.
Yeah.
So it's your fault.
Be yourself.
It's all my fault.
It's your fault.
Yeah, I mean, I went back and watched all of the Kings 3-pointers today on NBA.com.
I did not watch
on a loop, just on a loop.
No, they have all the attempts.
Yeah,
no, that's what I meant.
So I watched all 27 attempts. They got great looks, dude. Honestly, I'll be honest. That's a great phrase, Deuce. Good stuff. I kind of felt better about the game after watching some of that stuff this morning because I'm like, they were 5 of 27 from 3. And I understand Minnesota has done a good job running off the 3-point line, preventing dribble handoffs, kind of getting the Kings out of their normal flow. But the Kings missed a lot of open looks. You could make the case they should have double-digit threes yesterday if it's just what they do. They were getting wide open looks. And in fact, Will Z mentioned 21 of the 27 3-point attempts were either open or wide open looks that they missed. And so we're spending so much time last night. Oh, the defense let us down. They play shooting. It's yeah, I mean, you had a tough night at the office. You had a tough shooting night, and that's how you lost. You lost by 4 points.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this a couple minutes ago, too. It was their worst night from 3 in almost 3 years. I mean, They made 5 3-pointers, and that hadn't happened since 2020. And that was not a very good year. So I just think I can't sit here for an offense that's been so historic and it's number one in points per game, number one offensive rating. They still got their points, but they got it done in a different way. They got it done in the paint. I mean, Demonis Sabonis is very effective, mostly early in the game. De'Aaron Fox had a big, I think it was a third quarter or second quarter. I mean, he had 20 points for the half. So they kind of just slowed down. And when that happened, when threes aren't falling, you fall behind. And I think we talked about if this has made me feel any worse about how they come up in big games. And I don't think so. Not necessarily, because this hasn't happened in a long time, seeing this kind of performance from them. And I don't want to sit here and try to make excuses, but the Sacramento Kings, I don't think they're going to go 5 for 27. Is that what the number was? I don't think they're going to do that on a consistent basis.
This is what I'll say. I felt like them being able to experience that. I hope what they do is learn and adjust from that, in the sense of, okay, if we're not making our shots, not because of necessarily their defense, it's on us. Our shots aren't falling. What else can we do better?
Right.
And I feel like those shots deflate. And that's where I get frustrated. That's where I'm like, if you're deflated there, then you're not doing your job on defense. And their job was not being done on defense, especially you look late in that game. I mean, I could have gotten in the paint on somebody at that point, right? Like the way the guys, I mean,
you're slow.
And I'm slow. I'm fluffy right now.
Very fluffy.
Thank you. What else? What else?
It's like you're coming out of your winter. I mean, I guess it is spring now.
Oh,
Frankie, what? Why do you have your hands up?
No.
She said she's fluffy. I'm agreeing with her.
And
it's not
flat ass grandpa over here needs to shut up. But
flat ass?
Yeah. Like
You've been looking at my butt a little bit.
This has HR violations written all over it.
I'll just wait till I hit that squat rack after the season.
No one
People
cares.
are like, baby got back.
No one cares, dude.
Okay.
Anyway, my point is, it was just really disappointing seeing the defense, even if the offense wasn't flowing. And I just hope that they learn from this and go, this is going to happen more.
Yeah.
And so what do you do when your high-powered, perfect offense isn't flowing? You got to find a better way to fight back on the defensive end. It just would have taken a little bit more effort.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. I think I completely hope that they take last night as kind of a, there was a lot of expectations going into last night, and I think they felt it. I think no matter what they say, I think they knew that last night was kind of a big game and a big opportunity. And it's a little disappointing to see them not. I wouldn't say they didn't show up, because I do think they played well. I think it's just a matter of them not hitting their shots. And if you're the Kings, you have to feel like it just wasn't your night. If you're not gonna hit your threes and shoot it at 18% clip, you got to just kind of chalk that down to being a bad shooting night. And you probably would have won if you hit, like Deuce said, if you would have hit a couple more open threes, it's a different result.
Dude.
And, sometimes you just got to feel like you had a bad night. And I think the expectations of going into last night kind of have us feeling a little bit more down about last night than we probably should.
Keegan had a couple that went in and out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
just killer. You mentioned something that maybe you felt like they were feeling the pressure a little bit.
Yeah. Or at least the significance.
Yes.
How do you think that, what did you see that you felt like that was maybe impacting them? Is it just missing some open shots that you go, this is kind of weird? And that
Pressure,
happens.
right?
I mean, the pressure,
I mean-
we've seen that, in previous Kings years. I don't want to mention Doug Christie airballing a 3 from the corner in Game 7. I'm not going to mention
dare
it.
you?
You're crazy.
What?
Twisted the knife.
No, but he said he felt the pressure. So,
Wow.
no,
I can't wait to tell Doug about this. Go
I'm
on.
sure he'll find out. He finds out about everything. But how do you tell that? How can you tell?
I don't really think that it affected them. I don't think they missed shots because they were a little bit more nervous or a little bit more, amped up or anything like that. It's just kind of, a lot of times we talk about, okay, the crowd's going to be there. It's going to be a huge atmosphere. Hopefully they can feed off the crowd and get off to. I just don't think those things really exist. I don't really know if, I don't really know if the pressure necessarily made them play worse, but it definitely didn't up their game. And I don't think, the energy of the crowd really, they didn't feed off of it quite like how I would have wanted to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it too. I had a couple people say, "Man, the crowd just wasn't super crazy last night."
It was
and I think
tough
part
with all
of
the
it
fouls and stuff.
the flow wasn't there.
Yeah.
And the Kings didn't go on a legit run. They were trying a couple of times, and then it just didn't happen. In fact, any run that the Kings would make, Chris Finch would take a timeout right away. It was actually really smart that when coaches do that, they know, hey, it's a fragile situation. We don't want this crowd to get into it. Let's take a timeout, sit these people down a little bit, and let's kind of figure things out. I'd say the other thing, I see someone in the chat mentioning relying too much on the three. I mean, I didn't feel that way yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I mean, the other number that I love from last night, Frankie, they had 60 points in the paint.
Yeah.
They shot 40 free throws. Yeah. This is against a team that has all the length and whatever. The Kings were still able to score 60 points in the paint. So I feel like there were some good things that they were doing offensively that had they just hit an average clip from beyond the arc, they win this game.
And that's the thing. They were right there. They're right there. And the shooters that the Kings have, Kevin Huerter, really had a tough time getting going after being on a hot streak. And he got into foul trouble early. The physicality, I think, kind of got to him last night.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray, again, like those shots were going in and out. I mean, everybody on media row is ready to fire off. The Keegan's 2 away from the record, 1 away. They just
Who would have been
down
fastest on media row?
Oh,
Frank.
great question.
Frank's fastest.
I have things kind of.
Frank's
I
is the fastest.
I have things.
You're such a good
preloaded.
teammate, too.
I have things in the clip that are preloaded. You know?
Wow.
Preload some stuff. Yeah,
I
but
love your tweets too, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
just think they're just they're thought out. They're great.
ESPN
truly.
also loves Frank.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. They're on.
Yeah.
They're on to Matt George now.
Yeah.
But last night,
Brendan. Shout out Brendan.
shout out Brendan too. Brendan's
What?
next. I don't think it's happened yet, but
Oh.
that's coming. Yeah.
Oh,
So ESPN has gotten in touch with the Sacramento media lately.
Who's
so nice.
the one person on the media that just irritates you when they beat you to the punch?
No one really irritates
No,
me.
be
when they
honest.
beat me.
No,
No.
someone's got to.
But no one irritates. What irritate? Like makes you like,
Yeah.
oh, what?
It's just
Yeah,
like,
you
you
don't
got
have
to it
to-
fast. Jason Anderson.
it could be
Oh.
Brendan.
Believe it or not, and this is I don't know.
Oh, God.
Maybe, I'm not competitive that way. I think I just focus
You're not competitive. You have preloaded tweets.
for me.
Yeah,
for myself.
I don't think. I
That's
think
competitive. That's like, I got to get it out
I'm
there.
not. I'm trying to do
no.
it.
That's him being smart.
Let it
That's
fly.
I'm
smart.
being. I think I look at it as being smart.
I think it's a
Cool.
great strategy, and I don't think it's being competitive. I think it's like part
Being
of the
prepared.
business.
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't do it as like I'm gonna beat all these guys and getting this shot stat off. I'm just doing it because I want to be good at my job.
What, Chris Verlade?
But you've got it saved to be
First.
It's just
Yeah.
prepped.
Thank you.
It's ready
Thank
to
you,
go.
Chris. Thank
I
you,
think
Chris.
it's healthy competition.
I like it. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
hating on
fine.
it. I
There's
love
nothing
it.
wrong
Can
with
I
that.
answer
But
the
you
question
just
Matt
for
George,
him?
beat Cameron.
I
What-
think if I could answer the question for Frankie, it's probably when the Kings PR staff beats him to it. If I had to guess.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's a little. Like,
Yeah.
I do like beating them
Yeah.
sometimes, but
Well, it's more
but
just like
they're really
sometimes
good.
you'll already have that prepped, and then they'll have, and it's almost more like validation. It's like, oh yeah,
Sure.
like this guy was ready to tweet something that the media or the
But-
PR team was going to tell everybody anyway.
it's just on those things we've both been wrong before on some stuff
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
and with both of us like before. But I will say when I put stuff out sometimes like and it gets put out a little later, then I'm like, well, I had that already, but it's okay.
I have zero desire to ever be first in any of that stuff just because I always feel like I'll screw up and then
Yeah.
I'll screw up and then I'll be the one that spells someone's name wrong, does something wrong. And yeah, I
And
just,
that's where I come in.
what an idiot.
All right, we got to take a break. We're going to be back in 60 seconds on the radio side. Coming up, we talk about the offense and missing shots. We can talk about the defense a little bit too. And maybe some of the rotations from last night. We'll do that coming up in 60 seconds on the radio side. We're always live, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
I don't want to be. I really don't. Like I want to beat Matt George. I'm gonna beat Jason.
No,
I'm
you
just
have a
kidding. To be
competitive
honest,
side.
no
Sure,
one,
I do.
no one's competing
But
with Frank.
I'm
That's really what it is.
yeah.
That's a
Okay.
teammate right there.
Thanks,
Do you,
Chris.
do you know how I
Goes on
know
his
that
level.
you're lying right now, Frankie?
I'm not lying, but please give me your
Because-
hypothesis.
We didn't ask the question again, and you just came out and said, "Hey, I really don't care about it.
He
I don't
does that
care."
a
Because
lot.
I know
He
what
does
the
that
next
a
question.
lot.
I know what the next question's going. You guys are grilling me.
No,
I know.
I'm not.
I know
was
the
going
drill.
to read some comments. I wasn't even going to go there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, if you're in the chat, by the way, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed. Michael says, cannot plan the could game with missed shots. It works both ways. Well, I mean, you kind of can when
Yeah.
a team like Sacramento, who's a really good three-point shooting team, missed really open looks. They had a bad night shooting. This is not like, hey, oh my God, if they would have made 27 threes they want. We're talking about like, could they have made 3 more? They make 3 more open, not like tough ones. They had chances. So I think you can play that.
Yeah. Also, it's like sometimes it's funny enough, you just miss shots sometimes.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
is
Yeah,
kind
there's-
of random how
There's
it's
nothing
just a
else
game of
to it.
percentages.
It's the game of basketball.
Yeah.
Sometimes shots don't fall.
Watching. Seconds.
Yeah! This is what I needed fan today.
This is Pelicans. Yeah, New Orleans Jazz. Okay.
We are all Pelicans fans tonight. Pelicans take on the Warriors, and if the Pelicans beat the Warriors again for the third time this season, by the way, the Kings clinch.
I'm down for it. I wanted it the other night. I wanted the Dubs to win. I was rooting them on, and then stupid cat comes down the floor and knocks down a 3.
I'm making gumbo tonight.
You better get started now.
Is it hard to make?
From what I understand.
All right, I'm making beignets tonight.
Also
That
not
also
easy.
tastes-
I'm gonna be throwing beads outside my house. Who wants them?
That's
Okay.
inappropriate.
That's
I feel that's
that's
people
borderline.
like that's like
You're on your balcony throwing
yeah,
beads at your
kids
neighbors.
on
Chucking
the
beads at-
street are gonna be like, "What are these?"
I'm
And
not
people are gonna be
throwing
like,
them
"No,
Whoa.
no."
I'm not throwing them that way.
Good. Which way are you gonna throw them? At the
I'm
people
just- I'm
walking
not-
by?
He's gonna put them on himself.
beads.
And he's,
Yeah.
I'm giving
he's just
beads
gonna
for good
sit on
mojo.
the
I don't
balcony and just put them on himself and slowly.
You say
Take
something
off.
good about the Pelicans, you get some beads. That's all. I'm not,
If you're looking for Deuce, he'll be on a roof throwing off some beads tonight. So.
hey,
Hey, you want some beads?
just know I am going hard. I'm all over BI tonight. We need BI to
Your
have
guy.
a big game. We.
We
I'm a Pelicans guy
we all
today.
become one with
Oh yeah.
the Pellies.
You're not on
Flap
board
those
with that?
wings.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Yeah.
What sound does a
Yeah.
pelican make?
I love this.
That's a great call.
I think it's one of those like, no, it's more like,
Let's find. Could you find a pelican?
Yeah.
Thank
Pelican
you.
I feel like it's more of a squawk, if I had to guess.
You remember their old creepy mascot that they had?
Yes.
Didn't they have the baby as
The
well? Like
baby.
The king
Baby.
King baby.
I'm
King
King
baby,
baby.
yeah.
I'm-
And now
yeah.
they have the weird looking pelican thing.
I'm drinking 7 hurricanes tonight.
Ooh,
What is
okay.
in a hurricane?
I don't know, but I know that's what you
Everclear.
get there.
It's
Okay, maybe I'll have one.
It's rum.
Okay.
It's rum.
Some king cake.
Okay, yeah,
That'd be
that's
cool.
a
Where you
thing.
find the plastic
Yep.
baby, choke and die. Cool,
Shrimp.
cool,
Shrimp po' boy.
cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Those are good.
I love the Big
Cristo.
Easy tonight.
So you need light rum, dark rum, passion fruit juice, orange juice,
Oh yeah.
lime.
That's not a
grenadine.
hangover at
Yeah,
all.
it's like, Deuce will not be in tomorrow.
You have 7.
I mean, maybe one now. But yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the Kings defense last night, because that was obvious. It's been a problem all year, but I think that was the most disappointing thing for me last night. Everyone talks about the 3-point shooting. Hey, 5 for 27. I was most disappointed by the fourth quarter defense. You go into the fourth quarter, we're tied up at 85 apiece, and the amount of straight line drives, I felt like they didn't understand the moment. It's like they weren't locked in enough in that fourth quarter. And I thought Mike Brown hung on to lineups far too long. He played more for offense than defense last night. I would have liked to see TD when Herter's in foul trouble, and McDaniels is doing his thing against him, and then you have Monk having issues defensively, trying to hang with Mike Conley at times. Like, put some other guys out there to inject some life.
Mhm.
Could have seen more Kessler Edwards. Could have seen more TD.
Yeah, I think last night was one of the first times where I really was like, I'm not sure what Mike's doing with his rotations here, especially down the stretch, because defensively they clearly needed a lot of help shooting, but also defensively as well. Like I thought it was pretty clear they just weren't knocking down their shots, and at some point you should have tried to focus more on a defensive lineup. And he stuck with Malik for a really long time
Dude,
in that fourth quarter. And
First 9 minutes of the fourth.
Yeah.
not only is Malik not really a great defender, he was having a pretty off shooting night, and if anything was kind of taking them out of the game, I thought, at points. And Sabonis ended up being in foul trouble. That's kind of where that having no backup center rears its ugly head around the corner.
Oh, we
And
saw Alex Len out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
That was crazy.
is that the
That was
most
kinda
minutes
crazy.
he's played this season?
Yes.
Second most.
Second most.
Denver.
We looked it
Denver,
up.
right? Is it Denver?
He started
Yeah,
that
when he
Denver
started-
game when
yeah,
Sabonis was.
13 minutes.
And he had
Seven last night.
I think he had played
yeah.
like 50 something minutes coming to last night's game. I think,
Total?
right? I think 50 total minutes, 52 total minutes.
Right, and that
Goodness.
shows you he doesn't trust Metu.
That's
We already know
my
he
thing
doesn't
is-
trust Holmes.
Yeah.
I would like to maybe see some small ball 5. Maybe he was concerned about.
Trey had 11 rebounds last night as well.
Oh,
I thought it was
yeah.
interesting. I mean, Trey was in the closing lineup, if I'm not mistaken.
He was,
but,
yeah.
He had a rough offensive night, but
No, I don't. He was in it. They put Key.
I think
Oh.
they
At the
ended
very
up
end of the
switching him
game.
out at the
Yeah,
They
yeah.
had him
3
in for a
minutes to go.
majority of
Okay.
the fourth, but yeah, I think they subbed him out late.
Last night was also a rare instance of what happens when De'Aaron Fox is not like on it in the fourth. He was 1 of 7 last night when that also wasn't happening. Kings as a team were 30% from the field, and they were 2 of 10
Yeah.
from 3 in the fourth.
Still
So
managed to score 30 points.
nothing's
In the fourth quarter.
What'd you say?
He still managed to score 30
That's
points
what
in
I'm
that fourth
saying.
quarter.
Yeah,
somehow. I
which-
have no idea.
18 free throws, 14 of 18
That's how
free
you do
throws.
it. There you
Again,
go.
super impressive considering that they couldn't push the pace. The Minnesota Timberwolves did a fantastic job slowing them down, taking them out of their offense. And that's what a team with length does
No.
to the Kings offense. But on top of that, you started this conversation talking about that fourth quarter defense. And right before we came back on, ESPN had Kings highlights from the fourth quarter. And you saw the way that Naz Reid was just getting into the paint, throwing it down on some bonus, or I'm sorry, it was Alex Len that was right there at that moment. And it wasn't just that play. It was so many of those. It didn't matter if it was slow-mo.
Dude.
And literally in slow motion, getting into the paint and finding a way
11
to
assists.
score. Yeah. dude.
McDaniels
Oh my
had a
goodness.
nasty
Yes.
jam in there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
All their I was telling Morgan last night, I look at that roster and I'm like, I would love Naz Reid on the Kings,
Mhm.
Kyle Anderson on the
Yep.
Kings,
McDaniels.
McDaniels, Noel. I mean, I'm like, the list goes on. You're going, what the? No, they
Prince
have a
wasn't
lot of
playing.
guys.
Prince was out last night, too.
Yeah.
Torian Prince was out.
And then you had Mike Conley stepping up like he was
Love
old,
Mike
like
Conley.
young
I
Mike
love
Conley.
Conley.
Yeah. I just was the defense, and that's the other thing too. I mentioned like maybe some more Kessler Edwards, but like Davion Mitchell's been playing well.
Yeah.
You know, and I know you got to score to get back in the game, but you know what else can create offense? Ball pressure, forcing some
Yeah.
mistakes, getting out on the run. And I thought he rolled too long with a unit that wasn't giving them anything defensively, and it just wasn't going to happen last night.
Yeah.
There's just too. Mike Conley, I love Mike Conley, steady
So
veteran
solid,
presence,
yeah.
but he's killed the Kings this year.
Mhm.
And him being 6 of 8 shooting can't happen because it's not like he had difficult shots. I'm not trying to minimize his impact, but you have to be, he can't be having
Mhm.
straight line drives to the basket in the late fourth quarter when you're trying to
Resistance.
win. You have to put some sort of ball pressure on this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, and that's kind of where it's unfortunate, where Davion's, kind of at a size disadvantage against, not necessarily against Mike Conley, but that's kind of the
Yeah.
only guy that you can put him on. Maybe if they go to their bench guard, you can put him on there, but you just kind of can't match him up against anybody when you have that much length. Like Anthony Edwards is a bull. Like I don't know if Davion can match up against someone like him, but just all in all, actually to the Kings' credit, what did Anthony Edwards finish with? I know
Under
it was under
20.
20. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think it was
He had a big shot in the fourth
He
that kind
did,
of
yeah.
created some separation.
Yep.
I think it pushed the lead
kind
from
of
5 to 8.
kind of the dagger.
Yeah.
You could tell he's not 100% coming off injury yet, and he's playing the second half of back-to-back.
That's true.
He still found other ways to be impactful. I will say this. I thought Keegan did a nice job on him at
Mhm.
times, just trying to use his body, defend him with his chest a little bit, trying to make life a little more challenging. And that's what you can ask, all you can ask for.
Something that Will Z had mentioned on Twitter that we had talked about last night, that the pace for the Kings obviously looked much slower. It was different. T-Wolves did a great job. And he talked about that. He said the game's pace was 96.0, the 5th slowest game the Kings have played all season. The 9 fast break points last night was well under their season average of 14.9. So that's them not getting those deflections, not getting those steals, not putting the pressure on, grabbing a defensive board and pushing it the other way. They just didn't have that going for them. T-Wolves did a fantastic job coming into Golden One Center last night and just knowing that what was at stake.
Right.
Let's talk more about the T-Wolves coming up, because I'm curious how you guys are feeling about a potential matchup. If the playoffs start today, we get a Kings-Timberwolves playoff series. Minnesota has won 3 of 4 against Sacramento this year. We'll talk about that next. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Frankie Cardicelli, and Chris Watkins on Sactown Sports 1140. Well, you don't like that?
That's fine. I like
All
it.
right, thanks.
I just got the and Chris Walker.
I give you a
it's
good
fine.
Chris
And
Watkins.
Chris
No,
Walker.
it's fine. No, it's fine. It's all right.
And Chris Walker.
Really? On this date, 1999, Shaq
Shaq
dunks
dunks.
on Chris Dudley. Whoa,
It's a
what
technical
moment.
foul.
Let's talk about it. Let's break it down.
Dude.
Come on.
Oh,
Does he not get teched
he
up for
throws the
this?
ball. He
He
throws the
does,
ball.
yeah.
That's okay. I get it. now.
Chris Dudley,
Pretty
the
soft.
worst free throw shooter in league history. And by the way, a guy that if you just had a picture of him, just a full profile, you'd be like, hey, what do you think he did for a living?
Yeah.
There's not
Electrician.
one person on the planet who'd be like, I think he was an NBA center. Right?
No.
Yeah.
H&R
Look at this
block.
guy. Yeah.
Do you know what happened on this date 8 years ago?
8 years ago, that was
2015.
2015,
What happened?
You don't remember?
March 2015.
Wow.
I don't even know.
Something
today's date?
Man City
No.
like scored.
That's when we met the New Day.
Oh yeah, we were.
WrestleMania's this weekend, huh?
Should have known it'd be wrestling.
That was
Dude, I'm gonna grab
2015.
some water.
Yeah.
I saw Golden One Center is hosting a taco and margarita festival on April 1st.
Yeah.
I'm kind of intrigued by it. Do you think it's going to be good?
I think it'll be good. I mean, yeah, tacos. I mean, it's a bunch of like different people. It's just tacos. It's tacos
His
and drinks.
breakdown.
Okay.
I love it.
Chris,
Well, like,
do you
what
think
more
it's
do you
gonna be
need
good?
to? What more do
Chris,
you
do you think
need?
it's going to be good?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what are the prices?
It's $12 to
Ooh.
get in.
Yeah, but how? I mean,
And then
sure.
all you
Everything
can
is
eat?
all you can eat once you get in. $12. All you can eat yeah, all you can eat
that true?
margaritas. It's $12 to get in.
Wait, but then it should be. That's it.
No.
All the margaritas you want for $12.
Yeah.
That seems like a dangerous.
Inflation.
Let's get to the chat. Let's talk to the chat. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Senior Informo says love Sabonis dropping the hammer on Rudy last night. That was nice. The Fox block too was really nice.
Yeah.
John says I'd rather see the Kings face any other team than Minnesota. Leezy says Keegan's dad looks so young. He looked like Mike Tomlin. So it was funny. Last night I ran into Keegan's dad, and then Chris was right there.
Yeah.
And so I introduced Chris to Keegan Murray's dad. Yeah, Chris Verlaud. And Keegan's dad sounds similar to Keegan, like a more just like hyped up version of
Yes.
Keegan. But the voices are eerily
the
similar.
voice
Yeah, yeah.
sounds exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Really.
He does an incredible Keegan impression.
I hear Chris Murray is kind of like that too, where obviously
Yeah.
they look and sound a lot alike, but I guess Chris is like a lot more of like a personality, a
Yeah.
little bit more of like a cool guy, if you will.
If Keegan's emotions like at 1, I think Chris is like at 3 or 4. It's like right there.
Chris is going to be here for some playoff games.
Really, he's coming.
So if Keegan's kind of in a funk,
Just swap him out.
yeah.
Oh
There's
my
there's
God.
rumors that
Why
the
is he
Morris
shooting
twins
lefty?
did that at
A
one
twin,
point.
There's
twin magic.
rumors.
There
You
is.
have
Twin
to think
magic.
that at some point, twins in the NBA have done it. Like the Morris twins could have gotten away with it.
Definitely. Because they have like the same tattoos.
Same
also.
tattoos, yeah.
Like same placement, same everything.
Did Brooke and Robin have the
They
same
not-
hair
no,
at any
no,
point?
no,
Okay.
You could tell them.
They had
I think Robin's-
similar hair.
Robin's always had long hair. Like remember on the Suns, even he had like the really long
Yeah.
hair. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Brooke
Um,
always kept it short.
Or their
Chris would
twin.
know. You're a Lopez
Big
twin
Lopez.
Oh yeah.
Third
aficionado.
Lopez
Oh
brother.
wait, aren't you? Wait, what was the thing that you said or someone said to us,
I did. I said that he's obsessed with them.
and you
I do
didn't
enjoy
tell
that.
us
Oh, yeah,
when,
that's right.
when
You
we
were
had
on
an
it.
Yeah, when
entire
they
show
fought,
with
yeah,
you, and
yeah.
you're like, and then Frankie
You know, an
told
hour
us.
it's tough to squeeze in everything. You know.
It would take more than an hour for you
Yeah.
to really
It's
fully
not.
dive into it.
It's not
Yeah,
disappointed.
it's great. I saw them one time. I went to Disneyland. Like I don't even know how long ago it was, but I saw them at Disneyland. They stick out like sore
Okay, I was
thumbs.
gonna say I feel like a lot of people have seen them at
They
Disneyland. They
they're
go all
like
the time.
obsessed with Disney. They are like Disney
Lopez's?
lovers.
Didn't he? Didn't Brooke buy a house?
Yes, Brooke Lopez owns a house in Disney World. Like,
How is that
on
even
the property.
possible?
They sold like I think 10 lots on Disney World's campus, and he was like, "I have to."
Are you doing a biography on?
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot. They lost 119 to 115 to the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that 2 different groups have both submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Washington Commanders. Schefter also added that there is growing belief a purchase agreement could be back in place by the NFL draft. It is 11:30. Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more with Deuce and Mo.
It makes me happy. I'm playing this at home tonight while I'm watching the game, dude.
All night?
Yeah, because I'm not listening to the Warriors broadcast. Turn them down and just have this on in the background as I watch Brandon Ingram carve up the Warriors tonight.
The beads? No beads though?
Oh, I'm wearing.
Okay, you're wearing beads.
You can come over on
Okay.
Mardi Gras
Oh, yeah.
celebration.
Yeah, okay.
What are you gonna bring?
I will bring I don't know. Maybe I'll bring Chris.
Oh, thanks, man.
Aw.
That guy's a snack.
Oh, which Chris?
Both.
Oh,
I'm having
Wow.
a Mardi Gras party at home. I say, hey, what? You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what do you bring? Chris.
Chris.
No
That's
thought into
cute.
it.
no, I thought that was cute. That was him.
You're hosting. You take care of me.
I'm a big
Yeah.
bring forks and plates kind of guy.
Can I be honest? Okay.
I'll bring
no,
three
no, no, no.
napkins.
Someone
Time out.
has
Time
to,
out.
you know,
Hi.
You're
someone
that
has
cousin.
Men,
Whenever I
men,
sign up.
hi. Listen
Oh,
up,
no.
guys.
Oh,
Listen
God,
up.
here we go.
So, what I've learned from a friend. So, I grew up not knowing any of this stuff, right? Like I didn't know how to do makeup or anything, whatever. Didn't know like how to host, whatever. I have a friend that's very much into like friends and family, and she always brings something over, even though I haven't seen friends in like a year. And she's always like, you never go to a home empty-handed.
Yeah.
And so just let you know, if you don't bring forks and knives, you don't bring a friend. I don't know what the hell you would do, but you
I'm
bring
bringing something. What are you
bring-
talking
never-
about?
a bottle of wine, LaCroix, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Bring
Bottle of wine.
something.
Let me specify. I would never ever show up to a social gathering without something ever.
Even if the friends were like, hey, just come over, let's play Monopoly deal.
No, because I worry about myself like too much. Like if whatever they're having to eat or drink, like I want to have something that I want because like I might not want the things they
Wait,
want.
so you bring something for
Oh,
you?
so you're
to
selfish.
share.
Yeah.
I am selfish. Oh, in that regard, yeah.
Get your hands off my
But-
Trulies.
And that's a hot item for sure. But I would share them. But it'd be like you can have some if you want. But I know they're not going to have any because they don't like those.
Not more than 2. You can only take
You
one.
can have one.
Also, don't be the friend that brings over the Coors Lights and then
Oh,
drinks all of the nice,
Yeah.
expensive
Yeah.
drinks.
Yes.
Yeah, my
That
friends
sounds like a
that.
Frankie move to be how he's
Honestly.
describing it.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
Chris knows me. Chris
Yeah.
knows what I like. Yeah,
He's all Celtics.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Seltzies.
that. I like seltzers.
I'm a seltzer guy.
Yeah.
Good on nice.
Oh, that's good. They're light. Yeah.
Oh my god.
What?
You guys don't just I mean definitely
Don't
bring
beer shame.
bring
people.
something you like. Yes, seltzer. I won't.
Ciders.
But like you also have to bring something that makes sense for
The occasion,
people.
for sure.
Yeah.
No Morgan, dude show.
I'll bring a 2-pound bag of carrots.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
By the way, the
Tenderly
Pelicans.
Kids these days.
We're playing all this music because the Pelicans play tonight, and if the Pelicans win, the Kings clinch. I don't care. Just get it done with.
That's the
what
Pelican.
Whoa.
This is like a chicken.
Oh, that's kind of
That's
scary,
terrible.
dude.
No, that's like I don't know,
Imagine
like a squeegee
and
or
you
something.
just
Alien.
look out your window and you just see a
Yeah, just
pelican's
looking right at you.
tilting its head. like,
Next, a king baby is petting it.
oh god. The Pelicans have won 5 in a row, by the way.
Ooh.
Ooh.
They have not lost to the Warriors this year. Oh, we should note that Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson did not play in those games. so-
Oh.
That's
I
on
thought you were
point,
going to say they
though.
weren't playing tonight.
That's on
Yeah,
point.
yeah. The Warriors at the moment, by the way, I think are 8-point favorites in that
Oof.
game. So yeah, they don't expect it to be close. It is on TNT. So, are the Warriors gonna lose back-to-back home games? Probably not. But you know damn well I'm gonna be rooting so hard for them tonight.
For your Pelicans.
My Pelicans.
Your
Long-time
Pelicans.
fan.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite of all time?
Yep.
Tyreek Evans. I'll never forget his first playoff run with New Orleans. That squad has fun.
Peja
Uh,
Stojakovic. That was New Orleans. That was New Orleans Hornets, but that's the same
We talked
franchise.
about that the other
But it's
day,
the same
just weird-
franchise.
That's true. Same
Yeah.
city.
Same
It's
franchise.
not. They don't count Peja as a Pelican.
Oh.
But they count them as the
No.
New Orleans. That isn't it
No.
confusing? Isn't it?
No,
Listen,
it's so confusing.
it's confusing because the Charlotte Hornets moved to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Then they became the Pelicans. But
I
then,
mean, you're skipping some steps.
am I?
Yes. Charlotte Hornets were first. They moved to New Orleans. Then they actually go to OKC for a second. New Orleans, Oklahoma City Hornets after Katrina. They go back. New Orleans Hornets change their name to the Pelicans. The Bobcats come along. Hey, we're the Bobcats. And then they change their name to the Hornets. So, yeah, the original OG Hornets
Yeah.
are in New Orleans technically, but I think the current Charlotte Hornets acknowledge that history as
Yeah.
theirs, which is weird.
Separate. If you go to Basketball
Why did
Reference,
the league let this happen?
it's separate. It's very confusing.
Blame David Stern. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I agree.
So are we still rooting for the Pelicans tonight, though?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
100%.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Kings lost to Minnesota last night. Mike Brown after the game talked about we got to get our stuff together against Minnesota.
They've been a handful for us the entire season. So if we face them again, we're going to have to try to figure something out. And it's going to have to be more of a defensive oriented game, because at the end of the day, they're just going to push out on our guys when you got a 3-time defensive player of the year sitting in the paint, impacting you at the rim. They're going to give up those twos, and we're going to have them at scoring 115 points on 46% shooting. That's enough to win the game. So we're going to have to score twos the way we do, but we're going to have to garner some stops against these guys, especially early, so that they don't have the confidence they had throughout the course of the ball game.
Yeah, someone like Jaden McDaniels, who had 1 point, he was in major foul trouble against the Warriors, came out and was aggressive early. I thought he absolutely cooked Kevin Herter. Herter gets pulled pretty early in that first quarter. They got their confidence going. I guess my bigger question about Minnesota that we can throw out now and even tackle next segment too, how concerned are you about potentially playing this team in the playoffs, Frankie Cardicelli?
Oh, it's length gives the Kings problems. I think we know that by now. I mean, even when the Kings played against Orlando, who has a lot of interchangeable forward/center types, they struggled, and that's again they ended up winning, of course. But Minnesota, they're physical and they have a ton of forwards, but I think the Kings have done a good job of hanging with them in every game they've played so far this season. They won one in overtime, and sure, Karl-Anthony Towns hasn't played any of the games so far, so we don't really know what that looks like. But I mean, the Kings won one, other two they were close in the game till the end, and in one of those games you have the worst offensive. I don't think it was the worst statistical offensive performance of the year, but it was from 3. And it was assists. They had a season low in assists last night.
Yeah, 17.
And that when the ball movement isn't there for the Kings, and again that comes down to getting out in transition, which they did not have a fast break game last night. There was 50 fouls last night, and that I think is what broke up the Kings' offense and really kind of slowed the game down. The crowd took them out of it because there wasn't any runs. So I still feel like it'd be a good series. I think they're pretty evenly matched. I think I told you last night that. They're one of the teams in the league that are better than their record suggests. Yeah. And I think it'd be a good series.
Yeah, if I had to rank them, I'd probably say Phoenix is probably still my number 1 concern, but Minnesota's probably 2, just in terms of the actual matchup. It's the length that Frankie just mentioned. It just feels like the way for this team to win is by them somehow taking Gobert out of the game, which has kind of always been the plan against any Gobert team in the playoffs. But the Kings' kind of only solution for getting Gobert out of there is for Trey Lyles to have a big series, kind of like, maybe it's just because it's the only way that I've seen us beat Minnesota this year, but that was a good recipe for success in that overtime game against Minnesota earlier was, putting Trey in at the 5, and he really disrupted, bringing Gobert out of the paint. And that's also, why getting out in transition is so big, because it allows Gobert to not be plotted in the middle, and you can hopefully beat him down the court. It just feels like Minnesota is a really tough matchup for the Kings, especially just, again, you go down all the length they have, Towns, Kyle Anderson, Gobert, Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels. It's just a long list of guys that the Kings just have they struggle to match up with any team that has that much forward depth. They really only have, Harrison Barnes joked at the beginning of the year how, coming into this season, it had only been him and Mo last year holding down the forward position, and he felt they had more forward depth this year, when in kind of reality, it still is just, you take out Mo Harkless and you put in Keegan Murray. Keegan and HB are kind of their only forwards, especially obviously they don't have KZ Okpala anymore.
I also think that, you're just talking about everybody that the T-Wolves have on their roster. I think Chris Finch does a fantastic job coaching these guys. I really do. I think not only his ability to adjust when he was thrown 2 bigs at him, plus Anthony Edwards. And, let me figure this out. Oh, thank God Cat got injured, because then it allowed him to kind of build this identity.
You think he said, thank God Cat got
He was like, thank the Lord. No, but when Cat when he did go down and he had to deal with what the pieces he had, and then adding Mike Conley and getting rid of D'Lo, all these adjustments, I think Chris Finch has done a fantastic job. like rebuilding their identity and what they're about. And I think that's going to be one of the toughest things too, is just Mike Brown going up against another great coach.
You know, one thing that's surprised me about the Kings, you know, with PJ Dozier is someone who, when we saw him play for the Nuggets, he got some legit playoff minutes. I know he had the injury. I guess I'm just a little surprised the Kings haven't just experimented with him at any point. Maybe he's just not totally recovered from that injury and they don't like what they're seeing. But just think of a guy his size that showed some nice defensive moments for the Nuggets in playoff games that maybe he would have gotten a look. And now I think we're so late in the season. Kings are kind of who they are. Like,
Yeah,
they have their
definitely.
weaknesses. This is kind of the group, and you have to live with it.
Yeah, I mean, unless push comes to shove, like last time with Alex Len. I mean, I don't think any of us expected to see Alex Len last night. And Mike Brown, he does these kind of things sometimes, where surprising rotation moves. And I think Dozier's somebody the Kings like. And maybe if there was a situation that the Kings are getting torched by an opposing two, and Kessler's not able to guard him, and Kevin's in foul trouble. I mean, if TD's not someone you want to put out there because of, you know, the good and bad parts of his game, if he's either good or really off, that's someone you have down there in the tank to throw out there. But yeah, I think that he's somebody I'm very intrigued to see as well, because he's played on playoff teams before. So
coming up next, we will chat. Well, not next, actually, at noon. We're going to chat with Zach Harper from The Athletic. Frankie is going to Kings practice. Frankie's got a busy stretch. Just know you got to check out his work at SactownSports.com. He covered last night's game, obviously, but he's getting ready to go on the road. He'll be in Portland when the Kings clinch.
Hope so, right? I mean, you're not going to get on for that?
Hey, stop it. They're going to clinch Wednesday. Well,
yeah.
Don't worry.
I'm excited, though. I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited to be on the road for it. Rip City, Portland. See you tomorrow. What's up?
Rip City,
Portland.
What a nerd. Okay. Thanks, Frankie. We'll have more with Chris Watkins, too, coming up next. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports 1140. This is kind of ironic that the guy named Step Back 3 for the win just sent a message that says, live by the 3, die by the 3. Take it to the rack. Dude, they had 60 points in the paint last night.
Yeah.
They had 40 free throws.
They also took a lot less threes than they would typically take.
They just missed them.
Yeah.
But your name's Step Back 3 for the win. You
Yeah.
can't send that message when that's your username on YouTube.
That's a great point.
Adrian says, damn it, Deuce, the Jinx making bold statements again. It's not a bold
Hashtag
statement.
blame Deuce. It's back.
You're allowed to have some expectations, you guys. It's okay.
I know. Even someone else on
Throwback.
our other chat was like, I agree. People weren't cocky at all. They, including myself, were more hopeful and had a mindset of this could really happen today instead of it will happen today. And I think some people really did have the like it will happen today, but I was very hopeful. I wanted it to happen so bad.
Yeah, I don't mean to sound like I'm pandering, but I really do feel really bad for all those fans that bought tickets last night with the hope and expectation that last night was it. And we were talking about all day yesterday how expensive those tickets were getting, and it just sucks. It just sucks. That's kind of, the guys, again, they kind of didn't seem like they had a real sense of urgency last night. They didn't feel like it was last night or bust, but I think the fan base definitely had a little bit of it was either tonight or it's not going to happen in terms of at least celebration.
Bye, Frankie.
Bye.
Dude,
Have fun,
after the
man.
clinch.
Yeah.
Have fun. Fly safe.
Fly safe.
No matter what Morgan wishes. Yeah.
Well, wait, are you flying Southwest?
Then
Why
you
are
get
you
to pick
sit-
where you sit.
Yeah, you
don't
clown. You're
sit
gonna
by
sit in-
them.
No, you don't.
That's weird. You don't
What
want
are
to
you
sit
talking about sitting with them and
for
being
a
in the middle?
90-minute flight.
middle.
Are you
Frankie.
scared of flying?
Frankie,
Frankie,
sit by
And
yourself,
Frankie,
bro.
Yeah, you're in the middle, but your legs dangle in the seat too, though, right? You having a what? Frankie, you need to sit by yourself. Sit by yourself.
Yeah,
you
be
coward.
independent.
You're gonna sit in
coward.
between two grown-ass men.
That is so
You little
weird.
guy.
Like, what
Golly.
are you, a child? Get out of here. Get.
Also, people in the chat are still being critical and I don't blame them.
For what?
This Bagley Halliburton jerseys that we have in the studio.
No, I'm not talking about it. I don't. I have nothing to do with this. I have
Said my
nothing.
man's feet dangle. He said his feet dangle on his seat. Oh my god!
I love Frankie so much.
Why would wait? I'm so good. But as soon as he said Southwest, I'm like, seats are not assigned. Why do you think even for
Yeah,
a
he's like, I gotta
second?
take middle. No, you don't. You can sit wherever you want.
Literally, you know how many times I've been on a flight with Deuce, like, hey, we're going to Summer League, we're going to NBA broadcast meetings. And I asked him to save me a seat. This was a controversy because he paid $40 extra to be in the like group A. And I was like, hey, will you just save me a seat? It's one seat.
Yeah.
And he said no. He said no. And that my point is, like, they're unassigned seats and he could have saved me a seat. Yeah, Frankie, you're good. You don't need to sit by them.
Wait, what was the reasoning for not saving it?
He felt awkward denying other people one good seat. I said, I'll take a middle seat. You're saving.
How far back was your boarding?
She was like C49.
Yeah, no, I was not. I was B40 or whatever.
That's still pretty.
And he was
be up front of the plane.
We're talking like
for
80
a middle
people.
seat. For a middle seat. I asked him to just save me a middle seat.
And guess what? I don't know why you're still bitching about it. It happened. You sat next to me.
Oh, but what happened when I came and sat next to you? He goes, I had to deny 7 people.
I was lying.
I find out later he was lying. He just made me feel like crap the whole flight.
You know, you could do the put your bag on the seat move. That's kind of the
he didn't want to do it.
Morgan, again.
She's in the bathroom.
Where did you sit?
That's what you said.
In the middle seat by you.
So why are you talking about it?
Really good one.
Why are you talking about it? Because it happened. I complained, but I still did it.
The way you made me feel was so traumatizing, and I'll never forget.
Clown. Hey, if you're in the chat, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Let's get to 100. It's getting hot in here. Zach Harper's coming up at noon. We got Truth or Trash. Yeah, well, fun.
Oh, Chris.
Chat, I gotta say, every time we were playing New Orleans jazz music today,
Makes you feel
me
good.
happy.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I like definitely get why people in New Orleans are so party happy and just excited. Like if I woke up and was just like doing, I don't know,
feel good music.
Feel great.
You know what used to be massive mid 90s?
What?
Jazz Jubilee in Old Sac, dude.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was my grandparent I think the average age was 73, but my grandparents would go every year. They would take me every year. It was such a fun time. You know, Old Sacramento people just playing jazz and
that's cute.
It's cute. They're both dead now.
Yeah, they are both
We can't
dead.
go to the Jazz Jubilee together.
That's why.
The Jazz Jubilee is dead.
The Jazz Jubilee, honestly, why is it dead? I want to bring back the Jazz Jubilee.
Let's do it.
Can I be a promoter for it? I can't do anything in terms of music or anything. I just like it.
Yeah.
I think you answered the question.
What?
How many people that love the Jazz Jubilee are still
No.
with
Here's the thing. There's a lot of people who like jazz music. Well, you got to get like the younger jazz artists.
Exactly.
Some real jazz.
Come on. Some
I
Sego, some
yeah,
Tom Misch.
yes.
Oh my God.
I love jazz music. I leave jazz on for my dog all the time because it makes him feel good.
Can you imagine being able to just jam on a saxophone?
It'd be great.
What would you
Just
look
vibe
like?
out to yourself. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have that face.
Oh, yeah.
No, please, nobody watching on YouTube make that a GIF.
Don't. There's nothing.
A what?
A GIF.
Yeah,
you.
there you go.
Chris called it a GIF.
GIF.
What a
That's
nerd.
peanut butter, dude.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot today.
About what?
Mentally,
after
Yeah, I
this
feel
Kings
good,
loss.
too.
The Kings lost a really disappointing game, and we're laughing a lot today.
no.
We're having a good time.
the pressure's off. That's what it is.
Is
you know?
Because
that-
you know it's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm
don't-
with you.
I feel kind of foolish now for like really, yesterday we were talking about should we light the beam if even if they lose, it's like
Just
no, like they're
wait.
not gonna light the beam today if like it just wouldn't feel right, you know?
Thank
Like,
you.
Yeah, I'm with
I
you
don't
on
know,
that
we
now.
might have been
I'm
a
with
little,
you on that.
little drunk, a little high yesterday, I
Okay.
guess.
What?
High on some fumes.
The amount of crap I took yesterday for saying, no, you guys, you don't light the beam if they lose, even if they clinch. And you're like, no, light the beam, light the beam, light the beam. Like, what is your guys' problem? You guys run off of emotions where
Oh,
I
yeah.
am realistic and I stay grounded. That's such a dumb thing to say.
Thank you, Morgan.
Where do we
I know. Oh
I'm
wait,
back,
that was
Chris.
from yesterday. That was from yesterday.
You're
when
all
that's,
losers.
that's what you told Deuce yesterday after he said that the Kings were going to win yesterday.
Oh God.
Mikey, how would you guys feel if the Kings lost out and then got eliminated in the play-in game? Just curious. Do you have to ask that?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think
I would feel
we would
great.
feel?
It would feel so good.
I'll say this: if that happens,
No, don't.
I quit. I will not do a show here ever again if that happens.
Stupid.
Don't make those jokes.
Don't make.
So
those
You're a bad
jokes.
person.
Playing,
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. If they lose to Portland Wednesday,
Rip City, Portland.
I'll say this. Yeah, what was that, Frankie? Rip City, Portland.
Portland.
Well, we had Nick call in the night chat yesterday and said P-Town. I'm like, who's ever called it P-Town?
No.
Here's the good news. If they lose to Portland, we're off on Thursday because we have a Stockton Kings playoff game we have to get ready for.
Oh,
So
yeah, I'll be
that's
filling
your
in.
mess you
Yeah,
got to deal with.
yeah,
If
me and
but
Drake.
it's not going to happen. You and Jace will be reflecting on a Kings win in Portland.
Rip City,
I mean,
Portland.
In all seriousness about Portland, though, they've completely shut it down. Like Dame is
Yeah.
done
Mhm.
for the year.
Yeah, they're definitely not the same team that they are, and this is kind of. I don't want to regret saying this, but this isn't really like going against that Utah team that doesn't have anyone. It doesn't feel like Portland just had they don't have the weapon.
Well,
No.
are you sure they've got Drew Eubanks?
Drew Eubanks,
People
yeah.
compared him to
Drew
Chris
Eubanks.
Dudley.
Dude. So out of their starters, they only have Thibault. That's that will be.
Hey, you know what?
Soon enough.
Thibault can get you. I mean, he could heat up and get you 11 points in a game. And,
Oh
like,
my
Dude, don't let him
god.
catch fire.
Yeah, I love that you're saying this.
He might
Watch, he's
finish
gonna
with double digits.
he's
Oh, I
gonna
know, he's
drop
gonna
a 30-point
yep.
game and like have 10 steals.
Yeah, you want
You're
that
an
Nas
idiot.
Little problems?
You're cocky and an idiot. Stop it. Stop it.
I'm not cocky, honestly. I think it's safe to say, you would even agree
Yeah.
with this more. It's safe to say the Kings
Right.
better win on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like it's a team that's super shorthanded. They're tanking.
Yeah,
like,
they
I
weren't
get-
good with Damian
Yeah,
Lillard playing.
No, and I think when you do look at this situation for the Kings, I know we want to get to the point clinch and then rest your guys.
Yeah,
But right now, you haven't clinched. Like you have to play every game like it was 20 games ago,
Yeah.
where you're still working for this spot in the Western Conference. And I just hope that the Kings mentality, like I think something like we were already saying in the beginning of the show, is being lifted off their chest after yesterday's game. I think yesterday's game was a lot of pressure. And I think
yeah,
some people might say, well, they deal with the pressure. No, I get it. But like they're learning. They're still experiencing pressure together as a team, and they didn't do what they needed to do. But how will they respond to the pressure the next time? That's when we can decide what type of team this really is.
yeah. It definitely feels like they can just go out there and they play Wednesday and Friday.
Yeah.
Go out there, get comfortable, and just play your game.
And you, even if they did something outrageous and lost in Portland, they could get help. By the way, we just found out that Kevin Durant is coming back Wednesday against Minnesota.
Okay.
So that's going to be an intriguing matchup too, to
Mhm.
see and to kind of see what the Suns look like down the stretch, right? I think
Yeah.
we all look at that team on paper, go, oh, look out. I think we just need to see it too. I think my doubts come not so much about the talent, about how you fit everything together this late in the year when you're trying to make a championship push. Then again, these are Kevin Durant's
Plug
used
and
to
play.
playing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I think Phoenix is definitely the team that scares me the most at full strength. I just think, honestly, I don't
Same.
think Kevin Durant's defense is talked about enough as well. Like
Yep.
he's a damn near 7-foot guy who's got crazy wingspan, and he's just so versatile offensively, obviously, but defensively as well. Like it makes them a really dangerous team. And Aiden's a really good athlete as well. Like they can potentially switch everything and cause nightmarish matchups for a lot of teams.
The only thing I don't like about KD right now is this whole beef with Barkley. These guys got to squash that, man.
is really
it's
weird.
weird.
Is it still going on?
Yeah.
Did it
happened
get
again.
worse?
Well, Charles said something about him being sensitive again, and Katie responded on social media. I mean,
Definitely not proving his point of being
right? No, he's definitely sensitive, and I love Katie, but I
Yeah.
think he's very sensitive.
He's very sensitive, but also it's just like, yeah, don't respond. Like that's my new thing. I don't respond to idiots that don't know me, that don't know who I am, what I'm about. Like you're not worth my time.
I guess I'm kind of similar to Katie then. I
You-
respond to everything. huh?
Yeah, you've been responding to people again, and I am like, you're stop. Like,
It's
yeah, why are you
dangerous.
laughing?
Yes.
What
I just
what
wanna
is
You've
this?
been
fight
testy
people,
recently
yeah.
too. I know.
Like,
Maybe
go
that's maybe
people.
he's asking for it. Maybe
I think
he's
so.
trying to fight people.
I'm getting ready for the playoffs. You
Yeah.
gotta built up
That
that armor.
intensity.
Let's
no,
go.
there's no armor. Just
Those
like
calluses, those fighting
nope.
calluses.
No, it's called just be the smarter person.
Well, Chris Watkins is going to be live again tomorrow at
Yes.
10 o'clock.
Yep.
Make sure to check him out 10 to 11, Monday through Friday here on Sactown Sports 1140. And then 10 to 2 on Thursday.
10 to 2 on Thursday. Yep.
All
Kyle
right.
Draper.
Sweet. That'll be fun. Coming up
Yeah.
next,
It was fun.
Zach Harper from The Athletic will join us. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports 1140. Deuce is addicted to negative YouTube comments. We don't get a lot of negative YouTube comments. They're mainly positive, but the ones that are negative really stick with you.
You know,
Send me-
Chris Verlad, just to let you know, I sent Zach Harper the link like 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
and he's never opened it.
Okay. Well, if he's here, he's here. If not, guess what? We're gonna have fun anyway. We don't.
Oh, snap.
If Zach Harper doesn't want to be a part of it, we move on. Hey, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Let's get to 100.
Oh, seen. It's been seen
Okay.
now.
Oh boy, Chris.
Oh,
Chris, go get some rest, man.
yeah. Get some rest.
What's on tomorrow's show? Do you plan it yet?
Did
Brendan Nunez.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Brendan.
He's
Oh,
gonna be
thanks,
joining me for the
Chris.
full hour or for the last half hour.
Brendan was on ABC 10
Man, he
with
killed
Matt
it.
George the other night, but you know, Maury, he went live.
Yeah.
Like at 11:30. You know, you can pre-tape those things.
he went live.
Yeah,
He went live at 10:30 or 11:30.
Why?
Anytime it was messed up, but
So
anytime those shows ask for us to be on,
we
we're like, yeah, we'll tape at like 5.
we
I'm
just
not-
can't.
It's because it's not like you're reacting to anything that just happened. You're hitting, and it's such a short amount of time that you're on that like being on at like 11:30. I can't do it.
Like I'm supposed to be asleep 2 hours ago,
Yeah.
at least an hour. But
Brendan told me he was really nervous at first. I'm like, oh yeah, that's natural. You're
Yeah,
fine.
for sure. It's TV.
Yeah.
Lights are on.
it's so late.
He killed it though.
That's
Yeah?
good.
Killed
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I didn't.
no, he killed it.
That's awesome,
It's
dude.
not surprising. He just like
He's
kid's a natural.
he's a natural.
That kid's natural.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I enjoy his presence. He is young. Set this world on fire.
This is
We
when
can go
you
high.
know we're all kind of tired because today's been kind of a loopy start.
That's okay.
It's been fun though.
Yeah, I mean it's a talk show. Just talk.
Thanks, Morgan.
Hey, it's the talk show. I'm wearing the same outfit that I wore yesterday
We
here.
haven't talked about that yet. Damn it.
But I put on deodorant and I brushed my teeth.
It's really tough. I feel like people don't understand like with the live stream. It's just like I mean, you guys do live streams.
Yeah.
better than this, but like it's like outfit changes. It's just like I feel like I can't wear the same thing within like a 2-week span. I
Yeah,
don't know.
for sure.
It's like
You should feel that way. Morgan's just being a slob today, and she's.
I'm
lazy.
not a slob. I rolled through 4 different crew necks and I always wash them. But this one, I wore half day yesterday because
Yeah.
I had to dress up for the game. So I had to shower,
Yeah.
get ready for the game.
But then, like, who really know? Like, if you didn't say anything, I don't think.
Thank you.
Would have noticed.
I was just
Mm.
laughing about. Well, it's like literally the same outfit except different leggings
Yeah.
and socks.
It's a pretty unique sweatshirt, so
Yeah.
I noticed it.
I mean, it's 2XL. It's so comfortable. Like, what do you want from me? You know?
Jamar, yeah, we would be live after if the Warriors lost tonight. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't quite hit the same though, right?
No, it's not going to hit the same tomorrow on the road either.
Yeah.
You know, for a brief moment, I thought about going. Just
We looked up
let's go to
tickets.
Portland, just go. We'll feel it. And then I went, yeah,
No.
can't do it. Too tired.
Too tired. Too tired. And then we'd have to do a Stockton Kings game the next day and it'd just be,
Oh, yeah.
oh, hell yeah. Thanks, Chris. Watkins. Oh, God. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate you.
I think I don't have time. How much time do I have, Chris? Okay, never mind. Never mind.
I'm so excited to finally talk to him.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports headlines. Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot after their 119 to 115 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow night when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports. Even though the Kings are not playing tonight, they can still clinch a playoff spot today if the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Warriors in San Francisco tonight. And ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that two different groups have both submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Washington Commanders. Schefter also added that there is growing belief a purchase agreement could be in place by the NFL draft. Those are your headlines. Now more with Deuce and Mo and our guest, Zach Harper.
Every time he plays this music, I forget why. And then I go, oh, yeah.
And then that trumpet hits and it clicks.
I'm going to be shameless say I'm a hardcore Pelicans fan.
It's hardcore.
I think it's going to be tough against the Warriors today.
For sure. But they've beat them
Willie
3
Green
times.
could get his team going. This is a big game. They're trying to win 6 in a row.
I mean, I've never believed in BI more than right now.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Juice Mason, Morgan, Reagan. Super excited to talk to a guy. I haven't talked to him in forever.
I
He
know.
used to spend some time in Sacramento. Of course, he works for The Athletic. He's the one and only Zach Harper. How you doing, man?
Oh, I could not be happier to be here right now. Look at you guys. Look at the glow up and the come up on YouTube. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I
Come on.
appreciate
Come
it, man.
on.
Dude, how are you?
Oh, top of the world. I had acupuncture this morning. I feel great.
Ooh.
Okay, what's that? That scares me so much.
Well, so I've had acupuncture a lot. I've got like a sciatic nerve issue, which I know everyone was tuning in to find out. But this was the first time they did like not electroshock therapy because that sounds dramatic, but they would add a little electricity to the acupuncture, and it actually really helped.
I mean,
really
you
helped.
add more to that. They stick needles all in you. You're gonna add more.
No, but it's like I don't get how it works, but it just always sounds like it works for people. So this is something I want to try. But did the needles hurt?
Well, it's so like such a weird conversation to have on.
No, this is
on your
actually
show.
why we had you on.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So the sciatic nerve has caused recently my glute and my hamstring to be super tight. And so when they put the needle in my hamstring, it hurt because my hamstring is like as tight as it can be, but it only hurts for like a second. It like there's a little spasm and then it's fine. And then you don't even notice it. I kind of fell asleep a little bit. It was great.
Wow.
I want it.
They do
Go do
cupping and like bloodletting. It's great. Yeah.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Are you competing?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Are you playing in the NBA?
Do you have
or
a game tonight?
No, it's just not to brag, but you hit your 40s, your body really breaks down. Like it's just something you go through. Yeah. It's not a
Fair
big deal.
enough. Fair enough. Obviously, I mean, it's been a long time since the Kings have been relevant. They're coming off a tough loss last night to Minnesota. I know you keep up with Minnesota as well. You keep up with the league. I was really impressed with Minnesota last night. Second, I have a back-to-back, 2 big-time wins. I think there's a lot of Kings fans out there concerned about a potential matchup with the T-Wolves in the playoffs. So what do you make of last night?
I mean, from the Timberwolves standpoint, I thought it was maybe their best team effort all season long, just from top to bottom. Like they were incredible, and especially like you mentioned, back to back. Carl didn't play last night, and they just execute. And to out execute the Kings down the stretch is just not something I expected. Once it was tight, I was like, oh, the Kings are going to pull this out because Kings have been so good in the clutch, and the T-Wolves they outlasted them. Right? They just were fantastic. And I think from a Minnesota standpoint, it's different than last year. Like last year, they played really the dumbest playoff series I've ever seen between two teams with them in Memphis. Like I couldn't believe from game to game. I was like, whoever makes the fewer mistakes is going to win this. And that's not like, that sounds like basic analysis, but for that series, it was like, my God, it's just, there's so many mistakes happening left and right and so many dumb decisions. But now, they have Gobert. They have Conley. Those are 2 more adults than they had last season. Not that you can't exploit them, but there is a more sound approach to what that series would look like. Also, you don't know how the Kings are going to respond, but I mean that offense. Like I don't for a team like Minnesota who can struggle with offense. I don't know how you stop that or you match that offense in a 7-game series.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it seemed like they stepped up to the game plan last night, but you talk about Minnesota and that team effort, all around team effort last night. So what about when Cat's back in there? Does that make you feel better or worse about this team?
Yes, both. Like it's weird because they didn't get a lot of time in the first month of the season to figure it out before he got hurt, and then he missed 4 months, right? Like he missed 4 months, and they've had guys in and out. They've had changes with the D'Angelo Russell to Mike Conley deal. Guys have stepped up. Guys have fallen out of the rotation. From an offensive standpoint, I think it can make sense because Cat is such a great shooter. Like it really bothers me when people are like, oh, he's a great shooting big man. No, he's just a great shooter. Like he's like 40% from three for his career. Like he takes a ton of them too. Like he's just a great all-around shooter. So you can make it work by having him on the perimeter. But at least that first month of the season, the lane was clogged. Anthony Edwards had nowhere to go on offense. Like they have to figure out the spacing. And then defensively, he is someone you can pick on defense. They don't have a lot of those guys anymore, but he's definitely one. And so I think there are a lot of pluses to it, but they have to figure out the weaknesses.
So when you look at the Kings, obviously I think people were a little skeptical early on, scoring a lot of points, hanging in there. Now they've done it for a good portion of the season. What's been the biggest surprise to you with this Kings team? Has it just been how explosive the offense has been?
Yeah, I mean, look, Mike Brown, not known as an offensive coach. I think he's done a great job adjusting and learning stuff along the way, and especially his time in Golden State. Like, you just tell that's rubbed off on him, and he's just taken so much from that. This Kings team, like you guys know, like they haven't been that relevant since 2006. And I mean, like one of my favorites said, like the last time that they clinched a playoff berth, Talladega Nights was in theaters.
Oh,
like that's how long ago it was, right? So there's just so much to question, even in the early parts of the season. And I think the surprising thing is after the trade last year, they actually weren't good at offense. You would expect a Domas and Fox team to be good at offense. I know there were a bunch of factors there, but they were bad on offense. And
it's probably because they were having Justin Holiday play 30 minutes a night.
I like Justin Holiday. I like Justin, but yeah, 30 minutes is way too many. But so like there wasn't, in my mind, there wasn't a lot to build off of in terms of hope there. But you bring in Mike Brown, he's just a great coach. Like he really is. I think the surprising thing is that the defense is still really bad, in my opinion, but that's the best offense in NBA history. Did anyone have that going into the season? They'd be the best offense in NBA history. Like, and it's not even close. They're blowing everybody away on offense in terms of a historical standpoint. So, like, I'm shocked it kept up. But at this point, how could you not buy in?
Okay. I'm with you. And I think sometimes, track record shows like defense wins championships. Do you think that this Kings team with this offense has a chance in the postseason? When I say a chance, I guess I mean more like even just coming out of the first round.
Yeah, coming out of the first round for sure. Like I would be worried if they were playing the Warriors, although the Warriors play, I mean, my goodness, some of the worst basketball on the road that I can like. I mean, it's stunning how bad they've been on the road this year. And you could say injuries, you could say all this stuff. Like even when the main guys are there, they've played bad basketball on the road. So I guess that would open the door a little bit. Normally I'd be like, yeah, the Warriors are going to wax them. Like that's a bad matchup, but I could, Kings will have home court. If they protect the first two games, then I can absolutely see it. Against Minnesota, I think they have the upper hand. The other teams, it's so tough projecting a young team that hasn't been there before. Right. Yeah. And like Sabonis has been in the playoffs, but he hasn't had really any success. Harrison has obviously had incredible success there, but it's been a little while since he was in there, and I don't know how much you expect him to take over in big moments, just from a leadership standpoint to calm everything down.
Matthew Dellavedova and his championship ring.
Yeah, his championship ring. I mean, sure, Steph Curry put him in the hospital one time, but yeah, like it was, it's like he's got some experience there too. So it's hard to project a young team and how they will respond, but we've seen Memphis look pretty good. Like New Orleans last year, even though they lost in that series, they looked pretty good. Like the Kings could absolutely like buckle down against even a healthy Clippers team, a healthy Warriors team, and you feel good about their chances. Now a deep playoff run, that's where I'm going to push back a little bit, because the main guys just haven't really been there before.
Who do you trust in the West? Do you trust anybody in the West at this point?
I trust a healthy Kevin Durant. And that's it. Like if KD's healthy, like I don't think anyone's beating the Suns.
Is that a thing? Is a healthy Kevin Durant a thing anymore? Do we know?
Hey,
well, in 2023, that's a toughie.
I think I'm with
hard
you.
To find. Yeah, like Denver's in, and maybe this is a good thing. Like Denver's kind of in that Milwaukee mode for me from a couple years ago, where it's like, all right, you guys got to do something in the playoffs to prove it, and then they won the championship, so that worked out for them. Denver, I don't trust their defense, and I don't trust their health, and unless Jamal Murray is going to play like he did in the bubble, I don't know if you can count on him game after game. And then everyone else after, like Memphis, terrible in the half court, which you need to be good at in the playoffs. The Wolves, the Clippers, the Warriors all have major flaws. I'm not buying the Lakers. I'm not buying anyone else in the play-in tournament. So like, a healthy KD, I'm in on him.
You didn't really mention the Clippers. We always say like on paper champions, whatever the hell everyone says about them.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel about the Clippers?
You got it. Like, I'm done. Like, I love Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite players. I trust him. I don't trust that Clippers jersey. I don't trust Paul George. I don't trust Russell Westbrook. How can you give them the benefit of the doubt at this point? They don't treat the regular season seriously. It's been better this year, the last couple of months, in how they've approached it, but they seem to think like, oh, well, on paper we look like a title contender, so we will be one, and it just doesn't work out that way.
Where do you stand in this MVP race? I feel like everyone has some take on it, but I mean, it's obviously an interesting race.
Yeah, I hate the conversation. I can tell you that. Like, it's why did everyone debating MVP was fun, and now it just seems like a chore. It seems like I gotta like wash dishes or clean the bathroom or something, and like just to do this. Like, I have a vote. Luckily, like I'm leaning Giannis right now because I think like Chris Middleton's played like 30 games and they have the best record in the league. Yeah. And a lot of that is out. So now Drew Holiday's been great. Brook Lopez has been great. I don't want to say he doesn't have help, but I'm leaning Giannis just because of what he does on both ends of the floor and how great he's been. But by the end of the sentence, I might be thinking it's Embiid or Jokic. Like I go back and forth between those three constantly. Super disappointed Embiid didn't play last night against Denver. Like, come on, like give us that matchup again.
Thank you.
That's what we were saying.
Like,
that's weak. Twice a year.
Yeah, twice a year. And like, I get it. He had a calf injury and it's been bothering him for a little bit. Come on, you got to give us that one. It can't be high altitude was going to make that calf like get worse, right? I'm not a biologist or a scientist or anything, but I don't feel like that's a thing.
No, get some cupping done, you know?
Get some cupping. Yeah, go to acupuncture.
What are you doing? That's all you need to do. Yeah. And then he had that piece that came out, Shams put out yesterday where he goes, I've never felt better. I'm like, no, you don't play. I'm like, what?
Like, I'm not going for the MVP. I'm not campaigning for it. It's like, yeah, you got Daryl Morey on your side. He'll campaign for you. That's what he does.
You know, I mean, now that we're just kind of going around the NBA, and I just saw on the screen, ESPN was talking about the Nets and shutting down someone like Ben Simmons too. Give me some of your thoughts on Ben Simmons and if he has a future in this league.
This will sound very basic, but like if he wants to, he will.
Okay.
I truly believe that. Now, I don't know how bad that back is. Maybe he needs some cupping too, right? Like, I don't know how bad that back is, but yeah. I think he is a player that is underappreciated, undervalued. He is really good. I get all the issues with him on the court. Doesn't score, doesn't shoot, afraid of the free throw line. He's one of the best defenders in the league. He's an incredible playmaker. He's a great rebounder. Like, he can play, but he is so in his own head right now. And maybe some of that's the body, and maybe some of that is just what happened over the last couple of years. But that's a guy who was on pace to make the Hall of Fame. Wow. I want to say this was before the Atlanta Hawks series, but he was on pace. If he didn't get any better and he played like a decade more at this level, he was going to surpass like 16,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, 8,000 assists, which I think only LeBron and Jason Kidd have done. Like, that's it. Like, he was going to be a Hall of Famer, and he's all defense and maybe a defensive player of the year or two in the mix. And since then, like, it sucks. I get people don't like him. I like watching him play basketball when he's right. And
Same.
And this is not all his fault, but he's got to correct what he can.
Yeah. I just wonder where would be a good spot for him, because it seems like Brooklyn's kind of bailed on him at this point too.
Would it be like a Miami maybe?
Ooh.
No, because I think Pat Riley would kill him. I think, yeah, I think it's got to be somewhere like very low stakes, small market. Like if he was in like Utah, OKC, Portland, something like that. Portland, yeah, like Sacramento. Like, I mean, he could help. Like, he's gonna have to fix some things, but he could help the defense a lot in a lot of places. but he has to play. That's the thing. He has to play and he has to be engaged. And we just didn't see that this season.
It is wild watching him too, even when he last played, and it's been a long time. Mid-February was his last game. Just still passing up shots.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The mental side, like I know people want to clown him and all that, but the mental component of the game is it's an important thing that we should talk about.
Well, Zach, it is, but also I go, why would teams want to take a chance on him still? Like, and I say that because there's always a few of those players in this league where it's like, yeah, but there's this, and that's like taking a chance, and everyone's always like, talent trumps all. I mean, we can go to Dallas right now, and obviously you're seeing the health being an issue with Kyrie and Luka, but it's like, does it trump all? Because you're seeing with Ben Simmons, he can't even play on the floor and he's owed lots of money.
Yeah, I mean, it can trump all. It should trump all, but it doesn't always, right? I think with him, I think the thing that would be great to get into his mindset is I would like a coach to say, I don't care if you shoot 40% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
You are crazy big, athletic. No one can really stop you from going to the basket. You look, you can't say go be Giannis, right? Because that's a whole other level of production and tenacity and everything. But if they told him, look, fourth quarter, go get the other team in foul trouble. Yeah, you might go 4 for 12 from the free throw line. Doesn't matter, because now every time, I guess now like Spencer Dinwiddie gets a touch foul or Mikal Bridges gets a touch foul or whatever, they're going to the free throw line. Like, he has the ability to get the other team in the penalty almost instantly if he wants to, but he's so in his head about shooting free throws, he just avoids the contact. He passes up shots. He moves the ball well, but you are playing 4-on-5 out there.
Yeah, I think the toughest thing with him now is the contract, because I think obviously teams would try to take a chance on him.
Yeah, for sure.
I would love to see someone like Mike Brown work with him.
Wow.
Just be in a good environment. The Kings have a lot of good vibes right now. Confidence goes such a long way. And what does De'Aaron Fox talk about with Mike Brown? He gave him confidence. And De'Aaron's playing the best basketball he's ever played. And I'm not ready to be done with Ben Simmons. Now, if there's like legit nerve damage he's dealing with his back, maybe it's a different conversation. But Zach, I'm with you. I think he could still contribute in the NBA.
Yeah, and to both of your points, I mean, it's a lot easier to want to take a chance on him if he's making $7-8 million a year rather than 30 plus for the next 3 or 4 years, right? Like that changes the conversation. I think if his contract was manageable, a lot of a dozen or two teams would want to take that chance, but not at 30. You can't waste that much cap space if he keeps doing what he's doing.
I mentioned the Mavs, and I just want to go back to the West really quick, because I know for Deuce and I, we have not enjoyed watching that style of basketball in Dallas. How about you, and how do you feel about Luka's game this season?
God, I wish he'd stop complaining. I really do. Like, it's so annoying. I'm so I get it. Refs have been bad and everything. I'm so sick of people complaining about officiating. Like, it's not going to change the way it is. And so just go out there and play and control what you can control. And it reminds me so much. I know this comparison's been made a lot of that, just the James Harden Houston basketball. Yeah, he gets assists. He moves the ball. There's no real offense being created, though, if that makes sense. Like, there are different levels of assists, right? There are assists where you create a bucket for a teammate, or there are assists where you passed it, they shot it, and they made it, and so legally it's an assist. And there's just not a lot of offense that is being created outside of him. It's very heliocentric, and I just think there's a major limit on what that does. And then there's a major limit on the engagement that it causes for the rest of your teammates. And so when they had someone like Dorian Finney-Smith, that dude will go out there and defend no matter what, whether he's getting touches or not. He is one of the best role players in the league. You have to give him up to go get someone like Kyrie, and they took a big swing. And I get all of the reasons why they did it, but you lost a lot with that. Like, you lost a lot of heart and a lot of competitiveness on that end of the floor. They are atrocious defensively. I mean, it's
tough to watch.
It's so bad. Like, the idea that you would have Kyrie, Luka, and Christian Wood on the floor together, like, oh my God, we could score on them. Like, it's that bad, right? I was coming home last night, late at night, and I'm taking a right onto a street, and I look over, and there is an actual trash can on fire. I've never seen this before. It was like a TV show. There's an actual trash can on fire on the corner, no one around, and my first thought was, oh, the Mavs. Like that's what I thought. Like it was just like that's how bad it is in Dallas right now. And he might walk this summer. They might have done all that for 3 months of bad vibes. Like it's crazy what's going on there.
It is crazy what's going to happen too. Like as Luka gets so upset that he's like, I want out. But Luka's got to look in the mirror too. Let's be honest.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
He needs to look in the mirror and drop a few LBs.
Oh, are you
I'm not
shaming
fat
him?
shaming.
You're fat shaming Luka
No,
right now?
I'm fluffy. I don't even work out right now, so I'm not fat shaming him. I'm just saying if you want, like, if he wants to take his game to the next level, let's be real. Like if you look at video and photos of him from early on in the season, I get people grow, but he's like in this like little chubby stage right now.
He is. And like that's something. I mean, Reggie Miller fat shamed him last year on the air, and it worked. It worked. Like he then dropped some pounds and they turned around their season and they were great. And you talk about his game, like especially on defense, like Jason Kidd had to ask him last season, just play 2 more seconds of defense each possession. That's what we need. 2 more seconds
from your best player.
That's wild coaching. And yet it kind of worked. Like just 2 more seconds.
I have a question for you because you obviously have a podcast where you review poorly rated movies, and I love hate watching movies.
Love.
Yeah.
Do you have one that is bad? You review that is regarded as bad and is bad that you would recommend we have to watch?
Oh, that's bad. That's rated poorly and is actually bad.
Yeah, that you were just like, oh, this is awful, but like almost good awful, right? Where you enjoyed hate watching it.
God, there are actually a lot of these. You know what? This is going to feel like terrorism. There is a movie 4 years after Whoopi Goldberg won an Academy Award.
Okay.
Called Theodore Rex.
Oh yeah.
Theodore.
You know it?
Yeah.
A dinosaur is a detective.
Yep.
And she's helping him on a case about the murder of another dinosaur and some great conspiracy. It is awful. I mean, it's hard to find too. Actually, it's on YouTube now. I think the full movie's on YouTube now. It's hard. It's been hard to find. It is an atrocious movie. It's not good. I can't then say like, oh, you'll watch it and like it. You'll hate it. But it is so bewildering that she did this after winning an Academy Award, and the paycheck could not have been that high. Like it's just maybe she got a summer home out of it. I don't know. But Academy Award winner Whoopi Goldberg did that movie, and it is just bewildering.
I remember seeing that cover at Blockbuster when I was little.
I don't remember it.
I totally
at all.
do.
I want to watch it. I do have one for you. It's a really deep cut. Maybe you won't even review it for the podcast, but if you're really bored, turn on Last Ounce of Courage. Just go ahead and Google.
I don't know that.
Oh,
I don't know that. Okay.
Just put it this way: I was on a bachelor party, and
oh my god,
the person who was getting married booked a theater. So we can watch this movie. I hate watch this movie. It's so bad.
I'm already in. I don't
so
even
great.
care what it's about. I'm already in. That's that. Like, you sold it completely.
Just let me know what you think. Okay. Dude, thanks so much for hopping on. And
Thank you
we
guys.
can do this again soon, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Anytime. Appreciate it.
That's the one and only Zach Harper from The Athletic.
he's so great. I love it. We just threw anything at him too, and he can just go with it. He does such amazing work with The Athletic too. So make sure to check out all of his work there.
A little disappointed he didn't say anything about the Nicolas Cage pillow behind Deuce.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't notice it. Maybe it's because like the camera.
Maybe it was
just
like,
No,
what if
it was centered perfect.
Okay.
I already made sure of it.
Nicolas Cage is in a new movie coming out?
Yeah.
Some like vampire movie or something.
Hey, Chris, yeah, I'm aware.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it.
All right.
Okay.
Coming up next, I think we got a little story time with Christopher Lawn.
Oh, and then you have to tell him about your dream.
This is when you know story time has gone too far. I had a dream that is borderline insane, and it's directly because of Christopher Lawn. We'll talk about it next. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports 1140. Morgan almost tripped. Kings insight. Zach Harper. Why so rude to the Kings? I think he was totally fair. He was gassing up the Kings a little bit. How we doing, YouTube chats? Rainy day story time. Yeah, that's a good point. Story time with Chris Verlato.
I think going over them, I think these are, let me just double check real quick. Fairly positive.
Okay.
There's one story that's just like, what a jerk. But I think I would say like one negative, one neutral, and one positive.
Mikey, I love your show and love interacting, but I just love the way you sound on the radio. Is that bad? I prefer listening to you on here. No, I mean, listen however you want. Why does it sound? Are we ugly? Like, why do we sound better on the radio? I'm curious. Luke says, I learned last night that I don't think I'm cut out for watching the Kings lose a playoff game in person. It's going to hurt too much. Yeah.
What did Morgan do?
Dude, I almost took someone out running around the corner.
Who?
I don't know.
You don't run.
I mean, it was definitely a trot and like, screw you. Dude, that was so sad. Just a guy. Oh my God. And I think I threw out my back earlier this morning. I'm fat. I'm old. I need to. By the way, there's nothing wrong with, I think so many people are like, oh my God, you fat shame, blah, blah. There's nothing wrong with being overweight. When I say I'm fat, I'm just unhealthy. Okay. It's just my short way of saying I am unhealthy. I'm very unhealthy right now.
You're sick.
Oh my God. Deuce is saving the dream. I see. That's so funny. Mikey says, I love your show and love interacting, but I just love the way you sound on the radio is bad that I prefer listening to you on here. Huh? Oh, because he wants is it because you want like a super produced sharp show? It's very 1990s radio, and we've just evolved to 2023 radio.
I don't know if that's what the person's saying.
I think so. It sounds like he's talking about the actual audio. It sounds more crisp and it's soothing. It sounds different on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were just saying like the style. Okay. Yeah. So what's happening is we don't know why, but the audio on YouTube is just not as crisp, and it's not our fault. Yes, Deuce Mason. Oh.
Yeah. Morgan, I'm guessing you're talking about the audio here. Yeah, the audio, I don't know. So the station uses a program called StreamYard, and for whatever reason, the audio going to StreamYard is not great. It does sound better on the Sactown Sports app and on the radio.
And that shouldn't be the case because it should be multimedia and should work everywhere.
It's all good. They'll get it.
Absolutely. Oh no, I'm just saying like
good energy today. After a loss, I feel pretty good today.
You really are. You've said that twice, and I'm like,
good. I have good energy. I feel exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Because we can. Okay, what? Who do we have on tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
We
don't have anyone tomorrow, do we?
Let me see.
I don't think
we might have somebody tomorrow.
Well, that person.
Pelicans win.
Oh yeah, if the Pelicans win, we have someone.
We'll think of something, man.
Oh yeah, but we got to think of one more.
We'll think of somebody, man.
The sun will come out tomorrow. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Are you doing
25 seconds.
25 seconds.
Theodore Rex. How have I not heard of that movie?
It's terrible.
You've actually seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I totally remember.
But is it worth kind of putting on just for fun?
No. It's just a bad
Not
movie.
even if, you're chilling at home.
Chilling.
No.
Chris, I don't think you understand
Here we go.
what I enjoy.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. The Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot after their 119 to 115 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow night when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to tomorrow's game right here on Sactown Sports. Even though the Kings are not playing tonight, they can still clinch a playoff spot if the New Orleans Pelicans win in San Francisco against the Warriors. And in the NFL, ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that two different groups have both submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Washington Commanders. Schefter also added that there is growing belief a purchase agreement could be in place by the NFL draft. It is 12:30. Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. And now more with Deuce and Mo.
Yes! Let's go New Orleans tonight.
Let's go, New Orleans.
Beat those bums in San Francisco, the Golden State Warriors.
Get them.
The Pelicans win. They help the Kings clinch a playoff spot tonight. It's unlikely. Warriors are favored by 8 points. Probably not going to happen, but it's something to watch tonight if you're bored at home on. You're like, I'm going to watch some TNT.
Why wouldn't you watch this game?
Well, I may be locked into the Salt Lake City Stars and the Sioux Falls Skyforce playing because the winner of that game plays the Stockton Kings in the playoffs on Thursday at Stockton Arena.
Well, double screen it, and I think it's
Good
going to
point.
be Sioux Falls.
Also, hi.
Hello.
I'm really happy that in Chris's update about the possibility that one of the worst owners, which is hard to say in the NFL because there's so many bad owners.
They're
Yeah.
awful owners.
Yeah,
most
the
of them
NFL
are,
sucks.
But Dan Schneider,
Oh, yeah. Like awful
I
scum
don't-
of the earth human being.
how
Yes.
he has lasted in the league
Yep.
this long is insane.
Oh,
And I'm
How
just like,
he's
get
not
him
in
out.
jail.
Right. Money
Get him
is
out.
everything, people. Money
So-
is everything.
But it looks like he's on his way out.
Bye.
Which should be good. And so the group is Magic Johnson's a part of this group that could be purchasing the Washington Commanders,
Yes.
which would be cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No, I mean, is it actually going to create change in the NFL? Who knows? But it's like you got to just keep picking away
Yep.
at the old racist, awful humans.
Get him out.
Did I say that?
Adrian, how many games in a series for the G League playoffs? Great question on YouTube
Great
feed.
question.
For those who care, the Stockton Kings, coached by Bobby Jackson, they had the best record in the G League this year.
Yeah.
Number one, they host a playoff game coming up on Thursday. The playoffs are single elimination games
Dude, it's intense.
until the G League finals, and then it's a 3-game series.
So, do you think the Stockton Kings can get there? What's your vibe?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're going to have a chance.
There's times when they play so well together, and I'm like, this team is real good. And then I've seen them just like poop the bed, and it's sad, especially with Nemi and Keon on the team.
Well, they're number one. It's not that sad. Like they're gonna
No,
have a
when they
chance.
do
Yeah,
poop
yeah,
the bed,
yeah.
I'm like, man, you guys are so much better than this.
Well, speaking of pooping the bed, I think it's time for story time with Christopher Ladd, baby.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement.
It's that time of the day where Christopher Ladd gives you the stories that you need to hear. Or maybe not. Story time.
I'm going to say maybe not today with story time with Christopher Ladd because I'm not kidding you. I had the most bizarre dream ever. And it's
Was it a
because of
dream or a
you.
nightmare?
It was just weird. It felt like you were telling me a story, but then I was living the story. So for some reason, I was in a courtroom in Florida. Okay. But the courtroom was a weird setup because everyone was like a waiting room where everyone was being, I don't know, they're waiting to go into the courtroom or something.
Okay.
But the story was they had alligator issues, of course, in Florida. And there would be alligators like just walking around the courtroom and they would randomly grab people and pull them from like the benches and eat them.
And children too, right?
Everyone. And I was seeing it like I for whatever reason I was there and I just see these people, their head just disappear because a gator was coming and chomping them. And then at one point I'm punching an alligator. This is because of Chris. It was him telling a story, but I was living the story. And how many times have we done Gator stories? I'm having dreams about story time with Christopher Laud now.
Please tell me you have a Gator story today.
No.
Okay.
There is a crocodile cameo, but no.
Okay. Let's get to it today. What do you have? Yesterday was dark, so we'll see what today is.
This is not dark.
Okay.
This is not dark at all. This is kind of dark. Cabell County, West Virginia. This is courtesy of WOWK. A bus driver in Cabell County, West Virginia, is no longer employed, according to Cabell County School spokesperson Jed Flowers. It was not specified if the driver resigned or had been let go from their position. So you're asking yourself, hey, why did this guy lose his job?
Why?
What did he get accused of? Apparently, the driver is accused of kicking students off of a school bus mid-route and then just driving off.
Okay.
Residents said a fifth grader on the bus gathered all the kids together and walked them to a nearby McDonald's so that they could get picked up. And this also, so what made this even worse, this happened while they were having severe flooding in the area, terrible weather, and that is when the school started to investigate the driver.
I know this is going to sound bad. Hear me out.
What did the kids do?
I've been the kid on the school bus. When you're driving a school bus full of elementary school kids,
it's your job
that are rowdy, insane. Change the music!
There is no
screaming
music.
stuff. Are you serious? Have you been on a school bus before?
I used to take the bus. Yeah.
You don't have a radio there back then?
We definitely didn't listen to music.
Okay. We did.
Wow.
Sorry. In Carmichael, San Juan Unified School District, absolutely we did.
Wow.
Kids were rowdy. If I was a school bus driver, I'm probably kicking kids off too. Get out. Get off my bus. You're gone.
I'll say this. I once got a citation on a bus because a bully turned around in the 3rd grade and called me Morgan Scorpion. And I don't know why. I started crying. And then the bus driver was like, you're both in trouble.
Well, I had 2 older girls on the school bus who I thought were super cute one day, told me that I look like the Mad TV guy. And I thought, that they're saying something nice. No, they're comparing me to Alfred E. Newman. You know, the Mad, literally the guy.
Guy that's the Mad.
On Mad TV.
Mad Magazine.
Yeah,
Did you
Mad
get a
Magazine.
citation?
No, but
then you're good.
They bullied me.
And look at you now. You still look like him.
And now I look so sexy.
Okay.
And what are they doing?
Chris, so what
Meth.
happened to this? What'd you say? What are they doing?
Probably losers.
Chris, what happened to this guy?
He got fired.
Yeah.
That was it?
Or he got fired or he resigned. We don't know.
Okay,
He's no
okay.
longer working there. I think we got time for one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sydney, Australia. This is
Okay.
courtesy of The Guardian. Have you ever wondered what a mammoth meatball tasted like?
No. That's disgusting. No.
Why?
Why?
A mammoth?
Like a huge meatball?
No, like
It's-
a woolly mammoth.
In a
meatball
meatball form.
Made of woolly mammoth.
Thank you.
That's disgusting.
So that's not something that you would not like to try?
No, thank you.
Oh, well, the Vow, an Australian meat production company, is trying to find out that answer of who would want to eat a mammoth meatball. The company announced that they have created the mammoth meatball by using DNA from a mammoth and filling in gaps using elephant DNA. Professor Ernst Wolvetang at the Australian Institute for Bioengineering at the University of Queensland said, it was ridiculously easy and fast. We did this in a couple of weeks. Unfortunately, no one is allowed to taste a meatball as of right now. Wolfgang said, we haven't seen this protein for thousands of years, so we have no idea how our immune system would react when we eat it.
Yeah. How does this idea come up? Like all the cool things you can do, like, hey, mammoth meatballs. What do you think? It just sounds good, right? Maybe we open up a franchise. Let's start putting them out there. They're huge.
Artificial.
That's disgusting.
Because
No.
it is artificial
No.
too, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, it's real meat.
It's real.
But like, I don't get,
DNA.
I guess, I mean, you 3D print a meatball. Like, I don't get how.
So they
you 3D print it.
They take the DNA and they have this form of where they get the cells and they keep reproducing the cells of what the meat would be, like from what part of the animal it would be.
Okay.
And they keep reproducing till it's actual meat that they're using.
Yeah, it's
but it's not
disgusting.
an actual animal. So they have created 50 more species including alpaca, buffalo, crocodile, kangaroo, peacocks, and different types of fish. They say that this can help our environment because you're no longer using livestock, which is very tough on the environment.
That's fair.
And you're using less water. There's no methane production from the
Love
meat
it.
that you're creating.
But I don't like the mammoth part of it. But why don't you just stick to cows?
Well, there's other companies doing beef, chicken. You got to
Yeah.
do something different, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Go to the mammoth.
So if someone said like, "Hey, this is what a mammoth would taste like," you wouldn't even want to try it.
no. Would you want to?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just try it.
I'm out.
What about mammoth tartare? So like,
Yeah. I don't think I would eat anything. I mean, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, there wouldn't be any parasites or anything like that.
no.
See, here's what. Now this is going to get dark because this is what I think about. Like at some point, someone's going to say like a person, right?
Ew, I don't think so.
There's going to be somebody.
Cannibalism.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, what is that in like the moral?
Well, here's the real question.
Yeah.
We always think it's weird that cannibalism is weird. I'm not the one that's gonna try it.
What?
Do you think our meat would taste good though? Like, I'm just asking. Like, if you
I
just
mean,
had, if
ask
you
the
didn't know-
cannibals.
Well, no,
You
they're
creep.
usually those are usually
So,
serial killers.
This is going to make me sound even weirder.
Okay.
And I don't know this from experience, but from what I've studied,
Yeah.
they said that human tastes a lot like pork.
Wait, you're studying
I mean,
cannibalism?
Just like stories I read like this one.
Look, man, like Morgan, you're a little fluffy right now. Maybe your meat would be really good if we slice you up a little bit, put you on the grill.
Oh my god.
I don't know for sure.
Oh my god. Wait, and aren't muscly animals don't they taste better? Or do
Yeah, but
fatty
you know
animals?
what though? You know when you have a steak and there's a little fat on it.
Oh my
You
god,
want
I
a little
love
fat.
fat.
Yeah, you
I
want-
love fat.
You got a
Oh,
little
yeah.
fat. We can use your little
Okay,
fat
so
on there.
again, I can call myself fluffy, Mr. Flat Ass
I'm not.
Grandpa. You don't get to call me fluffy.
See what a story time with Chris Verlon does?
Uh-huh.
We start going, hey, who would taste cannibalism?
Who would taste
coming
the
up
best?
next? Is cannibalism really that bad? Let's talk about it.
If it's grown in a lab, is it wrong?
I love where we draw the line though.
Where's the line?
Eat cows. We could eat anything.
Yeah.
Can't eat each other. I mean, what's the big deal?
There's not a lot of lines drawn in this country, and don't even need to get into it. Ugh, barf to everybody.
Juice's wiry beard when it tastes good. Oh my god.
Chris looks.
God.
We're so weird and tired and awful.
Ian says, I can't believe he called her fluffy. No, just to be clear, if you're just
Oh,
tuning
I've been
in,
calling myself.
Morgan has called herself
You
fluffy
guys-
no less than 7 times
and
today.
I wouldn't care if any of you
It
called
was a
me
joke.
fluffy. I just
think Morgan
don't.
looks great.
But also, I don't care. I don't care what anyone has to say about me because I'm not going to take your opinion serious. I don't
It's okay.
care.
No one's saying that. So relax.
You-
You sound a little tense right now. We're going to break. We're going to come back. We got so much to get to. We got Truth or Trash at 1. It's Deuce and Mo. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Someone just tweeted me, "What is happening at Morgan Morgan?" Oh my god.
So that's where I don't think if it was created in a lab and it's not an actual person, I still don't think I'd be able to go through. and
Yeah.
eat that.
Well, I can't even eat a mammoth, so no to either one of those meatballs. Gross.
What if, like, you didn't know and they just had it on a plate? They had all these different items on plate. It just looked good.
That's
and then
like
you go,
scary
but
movies.
if you, okay, hear me out.
Okay.
Oh, it's a nice, like, it looks like a nice little steak.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so good. And someone's like, yeah, that was actually Jim Patterson, and he passed away about.
I would throw up
few days ago.
even you just saying that, like I was trying to like, and
but it was delicious. Like, it was delicious.
I throw up everywhere. I've had I went to China and I had horse.
Chickadee China.
I didn't
And you
try
had the Chinese
dog.
chicken.
No, I didn't have. I did. Well, I had a whole bunch of weird chicken. I had horse, but I did not try dog. Could not. Barf. Ugh. But see, like we're like, it's funny. We talk about drawing lines. Like, why aren't cows viewed like dogs are here? You know, it's just so sad. or pigs. Oh my god, pigs are so smart and cute and perfect.
I know. I do. It's yeah.
Isn't it
Yeah,
weird?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like
But let me-
we draw the line at dogs. It's like, well, a pig is just like a dog in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So many
I'm
many
bad.
ways.
I've had bacon recently too on a breakfast burrito. I feel like
Oink oink.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so good. Oh my god, I used to love pork belly. I used to love.
But see, like if these people keep making it better and better, would you want to try have pork belly again if it wasn't killing an animal?
Interesting. Okay. If it wasn't killing an animal.
If it's tastes exactly the same.
Yeah,
it
and
is
and
meat.
there was you know
But before they made the meat, they turned it into a pig, and it was like walking around. I'm not really a pig though. I'm made in a lab.
no, that's not what they're doing.
I'm not real. Kill me.
You can eat my pork belly. No. Yeah.
That's you know what Todd brings up a great point.
What?
A pig won't defend you against home intruders or give you unconditional love.
I mean, the dog I have right now is not going to help me. So what? Should I eat it? Like, no.
Oh my god! If a home intruder came in and Carlin was there, Carlin would go shake his butt
and just like give him a few little nips on the arm.
and then start kissing everywhere. Take whatever you want. Do you have a treat? Okay, I'm gonna wiggle my butt a lot.
Here's where the good stuff is.
Yeah.
This is where the credit cards are.
Deuce and Chris, have either of you seen the movie Santa Sleigh starring Whoopi Goldberg?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
No, Goldberg, the wrestler.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it's because we were talking about Whoopi Goldberg earlier. Santa Sleigh with Bill Goldberg?
I have not seen
No.
I think it might have just came out.
No, really?
I thought it was like pretty recent.
No, this is 2005.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Rated R? Here's the description. Santa Claus is actually a demon who lost a bet with an angel, so he becomes a giver of toys and happiness. But when the bet is off, he returns to his evil ways.
Oh.
Okay, I want to see
Oh,
this.
man, this sounds amazing. Goldberg.
Has anyone seen Red Christmas?
Yes, Morgan. Do not recommend that movie to people.
Oh, okay.
Why?
No,
It's-
actually, no. I just
it's
thought about the
dark.
premises.
It's dark.
So should I see it?
It's a dark Christmas movie.
Okay.
Oh my god, so gross.
Oh man, this show has gone everywhere.
Hey, it's a Tuesday after what was supposed to be a historic night, and it wasn't. Everyone, think about it, Deuce. You and I, we were like, all right, we're ready to go out after. We're ready to take. We have not seen the beam in person, by the way.
Stand by. Oh yeah, Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan. Just know if the Pelicans do win tonight and you believe in like superstitions, just know it was us creating the energy for the Pelicans tonight.
Ooh.
We've done jet. You think they're playing New Orleans songs on Pelican Sports Talk today?
No.
They're not. They're talking about the Saints.
Oh.
Could Derek Carr do this? They don't care about the Pelicans playing the Warriors. More people in Sacramento are going to care about the Pelicans tonight as we watch them play the Warriors. And if they beat them tonight, by the way, New Orleans going for 6 in a row.
Dude.
If they beat the Warriors tonight, the Kings clinch.
That's
And I'm to the point now that the Kings threw it away last night,
uh-huh.
just clinch. I don't care how it happens, just clinch.
Thank
Get out of the
you.
way. Get out of the way. I want to move on. I
And-
want to know that and start talking about playoff matchups.
Can I say everyone
You
on
can say whatever you want.
I'm going to say it. Everyone on Sunday night that was watching the Wolves Dubs game, we needed the Dubs to win for the Kings to clinch. And there's so many tweets going out of like, oh no, I'm okay with it not happening. I don't want it to happen. I want it to happen at Golden One Center in front of the fans. And like, even some people got a little mad at me, like, that's anticlimactic if it happens tonight. And I'm like, But what if it doesn't happen the next night? And also, it's not anticlimactic because then we're spending an entire day celebrating this team and at the arena celebrating that this team has clinched a playoff spot. And instead, now we're here almost in the middle of the week having to wait.
You might have to wait one more day. It's Wednesday will be the day. Worst case scenario.
I want to continue rooting against the Warriors.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine.
I need an injury update for the Warriors Pelicans game. I'm going to bring that up right now because I want to see what we're dealing with. The Warriors are 8-point favorites right now.
Yeah.
So this could dictate some things.
Okay. Well,
injury report tonight. Jordan Poole, Draymond Green probable. Andrew Wiggins still out. Iguodala out. We don't know the Pelicans because the Pelicans played last night against the Blazers. They beat the Blazers last night to get their fifth straight win. They were up by like 36 in that game too. Let's look at the numbers from last night's game for the Pellies. Our Pellies tonight, right, Morgan?
our Pellies, get it right.
They won 124-90. Ingram had 29 points. 6 rebounds on 12 of 9 shooting in 31 minutes. So yeah, our guy BI only played 31 minutes last night. So that's good news. He got some rest.
All right. Our guy's going to have some rested legs. I like that.
So they started Trey Murphy, CJ, Valanciunas, Herb Jones, and Brandon Ingram. All right.
Well, okay. Steph Curry's coming off a 20-point game against the T-Wolves in that loss, right? So let's just say Steph goes off, gets his Jordan Poole at 27, but then some bad plays down the stretch.
Here's the problem. The Warriors lost last game. That's why they're not going to lose tonight.
Okay.
They're 30-8 at home.
And it's at home.
30-8 at home. Yeah. 9-29 on the road.
Okay. Yeah.
But because of our energy we're putting out there, maybe things change.
Well, we put out some really good positive vibe beam energy yesterday, and look what happened.
That's true. David in the chat says, Kings fan here, living in Portland, secretly hoping we clinch on Wednesday since I'll be at the game. Hell yeah, dude. That's good for you. Tickets are cheap, I heard, too. Did you see this Bradley Beal story, by the way? I saw it this morning when I woke up and I'm like, oh, crap. Bradley Beal being investigated for battery. I'm like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
According to TMZ, he's under police investigation after he was involved in a confrontation with some hecklers following a game last week in Orlando. So apparently the dispute between Beal and the fans arose right after Beal was walking down a tunnel to the Wizards locker room in Orlando. One of the guys in the group yelled at Beal and said, "You F me out of $1,300, you F."
Can you put that in real words now?
I can't.
Okay.
Beal then turned, walked toward the fans, and appeared to knock the hat off of one of the guys in response to the heckle. Beal and the fans then jawed back and forth with Beal calling the comment disrespectful. Keep it a buck. I don't give an F about none of your bets or parlays, bro. That ain't why I play the game. So things were tense between Beal and the group, with the men exchanging a flurry of words before the Wizard star was ushered in the locker room without further incident. Of course, the guy who was the heckler decided, I'm going to call the cops.
Yep.
I'm Billy Badass. I'm going to go ahead and yell at Bradley Beal and talk about losing a bet. And then he flicked my hat. I'm upset. Get over yourself. You know what? I love you, Bradley Beal.
Yes.
Next time I see you, standing ovation. Screw the guy heckling. Hey,
screw him.
Breaking news fans, these guys are people. Don't act like they're just guys performing for you.
Thank you.
You're not there to do that. And oh yeah, be mad at Bradley Beal because you put a bet on the Wizards?
Because you're a dumbass.
You put a bet on the Wizards?
Yeah.
Good move.
Can I really despise morons. And I'm like totally not the type of person that's like, oh, violence. Yeah, that's how you get them. Because I think it's so dumb when people are like, he said something to me, so I punched him in the face. Like, oh, okay. But when someone is treating you like you're not an equal, like you are something below, like you are just a product and nothing more, and that guy only got his hat flicked, he's lucky he only got his hat flicked.
Ooh.
No, truly. I'm so over those people that just don't humanize athletes, performers, each other. I mean, this world just kind of sucks. And like, then when you just see it right there, and then they try and go.
By the way,
what?
Calling the cops to file.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You're wasting our tax dollars. You're like, go away. I'm not going to say anything else. Just go away. Please go away and never return.
Yes, please.
Never return.
We're with you, Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we're going to take a moment to do something we don't do often on the show. We owe you an apology.
Oh.
We do owe you an apology.
Ooh.
We'll get to it on the other side. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm very confused on.
You know what happened yesterday on the show? Talking about the game yesterday?
You?
Can we just talk about it coming up? It's Deuce Mo on Sactown Sports 1140.
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Be right back.
Okay.
Hit the thumbs up.
Oh my God.
I think us as a show needs to do a mea culpa
Wait.
to our fans.
What?
I said us as a show, I think we need to give a mea culpa to our fans.
Who fans?
To our fans.
What? We need to apologize?
Mm-hmm.
As a show?
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk out. I'll Bradley Beal your ass. Oh my God.
Well, news for you, idiot. I'm not wearing a hat.
Oh my God. Trevor says, pass me the roasted elephant, please. Ew. Todd. Screw you, Todd. Oh my God. Yeah, Brooke, I know. The Nicolas Cage thing, creepy. The eyes are just staring into all of our souls. Oh my God.
I don't like that Nicolas Cage is on the joke now. Because he used to just make like terrible movies that were hilarious because they were terrible.
And now
he's just making like regular movies again.
Is he?
Yeah.
What, this vampire one's a regular movie?
Compared to like his other ones, compared to like, oh, I could see into the future like 10 seconds and I could change the future.
Amazing.
Amazing. Right.
Con Air. Honestly.
Perfect. The perfect run of The Rock and Con Air together.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Love Con Air. Face Off. Also. What?
So I just saw a Bleacher Report post.
Yeah.
So Bleacher Report posted a video of Gobert's turnaround jumper last night. And do you remember the jumper he had where he had that move and it hit the high bounce and dropped in?
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, you gotta be kidding me. So someone isolated the Kings bench. Watch the Kings bench when Gobert hits that turnaround jumper. How they're like, you gotta be crapping me. Metu gets up with the towel, throws the towel. Jay Triano's back in his seat going, you kidding?
Like just making anything. Ugh. Yeah, dude, last night I was supposed to do like.
Yeah, you were lined up. Morgan was working the broadcast. She was supposed to be if the Kings would have won, her responsibility would have been interviewing players after the game.
Outside the locker room.
One-on-one.
Mm-hmm. Just like, what does this moment mean?
And then singing Shut Up and Light the Beam in front of everybody.
I had one guy come up to me and he was like, videotape. And he's like, sing it. And I was like, I can't. Like, they got to clinch. And then I looked at him and I was like, hey, shut up and light the beam. I just did that for him. So again.
So I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
We've had so many parents say their kids love the song.
Yes.
Like,
obsessed.
So many. I'm like, oh my, that's it. It's a kid's hit, man. Smart. You know what? We don't cater to these old people listening to us. All these old people watching us right now. We don't care about them. We care about the young people. I don't care about them.
I care about everyone.
Morgan, they're gonna die and then we're gonna eat them soon.
Oh.
Okay. We care about the kids.
Yeah. So you're all on board for this now, huh?
The kids they're gonna be here for life.
That's
We're
true.
all about the next generation.
That's true.
And those kids will soon also be fed to Deuce.
No, they got a long time. All these people,
Yeah.
these baby boomers.
Baby boomers.
Imagine being a millennial right now. As someone, I'm a Gen Zer.
You're a millennial, dog.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I might be millennial by like technically, but I'm really Gen Z.
No. You wish.
Are you kidding me?
You wish you were Gen Z.
Okay, who has more Riz? Me or you?
Me. 100% me.
I'm on TikTok.
You just talked about
Discord.
cannibalism for like 20 minutes and talked about like that would be cool.
I'm 100% Gen Z.
We're on TikTok. Brooke is laughing her ass off. Trevor's really, really wanting to eat the mammoth meatballs. Jamar says, "Oh no, we're going to
What's
Riz."
older than a baby boomer?
Dead.
Gen X.
Oh,
KHTK AMHD1.
What was that?
was that a burp?
No, that was the legal ID. I had the wrong thing up.
But why did it make a burp?
That's the sound it makes.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot after their 119-115 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to the game right here on Sactown Sports. Even though the Kings are not playing tonight, they can still clinch a playoff spot. The New Orleans Pelicans win tonight in San Francisco. They get the number 4 spot. Let's just say 3 spot. I don't know why that was in there. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that 2 different groups have both submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Washington Commanders. Schefter also added there is a growing belief a purchase agreement could be in place by the NFL draft. It is 1 o'clock. Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. And now more with Deuce and Mo.
You know, as a Gen Zer, I do still connect with this music.
You are a millennial, and we found out what the generation before baby boomers was.
Well, I could tell you you're talking about the silent generation. That's what Trevor in our YouTube chat's a part of. The silent generation.
Hey,
Born between 25 and 45.
The silent generation is much like the millennials.
Martin asks, "What is Riz?"
If you don't know Riz,
Okay.
you don't.
Okay.
You're not gonna.
How'd you even
know,
get on YouTube?
And you don't have it.
So again, Gen Zers don't like making fun of other generations for not knowing things.
Oh.
They want to teach and
No.
expand everyone's knowledge on things.
Please tell me how a Gen Zer feels. I know how I feel.
You're not a Gen Zer.
We do want to start this hour by doing something we don't do often. Yesterday on the show, we as a show felt very confident that the Kings were going to clinch a playoff spot.
I knew this is where it was going. No. Chris Verlaud and Deuce Mason thought this.
Okay. Again, Chris, do you view us all as a team?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
all work together.
We as a team apologize for yesterday. And in case you missed it, this is us talking about that Kings game against the T-Wolves. The Kings, if they would have won, would have clinched a playoff spot. And we as a show were very confident.
So, of course, I'm going to pick Kings. I want the Kings to win. I think the Kings will win. Kings.
So the Kings are going to win tonight.
Who you got?
Just to be clear, the Kings are going to win tonight.
Sure.
So
this is why I don't
sorry.
make predictions. No.
We just want to say sorry for doing that.
Screw you. Show the other clips. Show the other clips of you
hold on,
idiots
let me-
chanting "Light the Beam."
Again, I don't know. We're together. I thought we were together on this.
We're not.
We're apologizing as a show.
No.
We predicted that the Kings would clinch a spot.
So of course I'm going to pick Kings. I want the Kings to win. I think the Kings will win. You're sick.
So the Kings are going to win tonight.
Who you got?
Just to be clear, the Kings are going to win tonight.
Sure. You forced me to make a prediction at the end of the show. Did you? Why don't you play back the whole 2 hours of you two celebrating the Kings clinching a playoff spot?
I'll play it back. I thought we were pretty realistic. This is I think this is us talking about.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
we did the same thing.
Yeah, here we go.
These last 16 years has been a journey and a half. Just understand the Kings are not here to let you down anymore. You've been broken by this team so many times. And I'm talking to you out there too. You've been broken a lot. If Karl Anthony Towns isn't playing, if Ant's not playing, De'Aaron Fox is back. This crowd of 18,000 people behind them with what is at stake tonight. The Kings are not losing this game.
Clip it.
Clip it. Send it out. I don't care. Put it on repeat.
That's such a dumb thing to say.
Okay.
Apologize, stupid.
I gotta be honest. I don't remember being that strong with it. And Chris, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit because as you're still a young guy, you're using the artificial intelligence to use my voice to create other things. Because
Chat GPT.
That was that Chat GPT audio thing. Because there's no way I was that into it yesterday.
You were ridiculous. Both of you were ridiculous yesterday. I
think that was mostly Kyle.
No, it was you two, and the emotions that you guys your emotions took over.
I 100% had a few people hit me up after the game last night. Like, you made me believe. I'm like, bro, all I was doing, and just to be, I also said if Ant doesn't play, Ant did play.
So see,
oh my God.
Everything I said,
you believed.
I did. I truly believed it.
I know.
I wasn't gassing up. I thought were going to win.
No, I know.
And guess what? I'm wrong. And in this business, it's okay to be wrong.
It's very.
Oh no, I'm going to make excuses for it.
And if you believed because I got you amped up, good. Maybe I should have been in the locker room talking to the team before the game because I would have looked them in the eyes and made them understand the moment. If you had me talking to that locker room before the game, Kings win by 15 plus.
Wow.
Probably.
So confident.
Yeah. So once again, us as the show, we are sorry that Deuce did not talk to the team before the game.
No.
Thank you.
No. You guys are apologizing to everyone. I'm just sitting here innocent, and I was forced to make a prediction at the end of the show.
Was Morgan innocent?
So of course I'm going to pick Kings. I want the Kings to win. I think the Kings will win. Kings.
So the Kings are going to win tonight.
Who you got?
Just to be clear, the Kings are going to win tonight.
Sure. You're such an ass. So stupid. You guys, the way that you guys were that confident yesterday, this is the interesting part. It wasn't only you. It was the entire arena felt that way. Think about the people that spent money on the tickets to be there last night. They did it because they weren't like, oh, I want to be there if it happens. People were in the mindset like this is happening.
It's called belief.
I get to be a
As
part
a fan,
of it.
it's okay to believe. There's a difference. No one was walking in there strutting like we're clinched tonight, baby.
But here's the difference. I was being realistic and analyzing the game throughout the day, while you guys were letting your emotions take over, which is okay. For moments like this, it's okay, but don't let it happen again. You got it? Thank you.
So they will be clinching Wednesday against Portland.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe because they're clinching tonight.
Oh,
ooh, yeah, the Pels. Hey, if the Pelicans win tonight,
what?
We need a book.
Oh God.
Hey, our next guest, Brandon Ingram. Hey, Brandon, let's talk about this. The Kings are in the playoffs. Can you imagine?
How do you feel?
We go over the top with Pelicans guests all day.
Who else you got? If you
we are live from New Orleans this morning. We took a red eye out to the Big Easy to celebrate this. No one is in the streets for some reason, but the Kings are in.
We're throwing bees left and right.
Come on, Pelican.
Yes, I don't know what that was, but that was great.
What was that?
Scarface.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Wow.
I've seen it when I was or I saw it when I was really little, so I don't remember it. Is that the one where he says, say hello to my little friend?
It's also the one where he says,
Pelican fly. Come on, Pelican.
What was he doing to the Pelicans?
No, he's watching TV and they're showing a pelican.
Really? Yes. That's going to be Deuce tonight. That's going to be Deuce.
Tyler says, we got to send the Pelicans a gift if they win tonight. Yeah, what kind of gift would you send to the Pelicans team if the Kings win? It would have to be something Sacramento related.
I would say sardines. The Pelicans love sardines.
No, we're not giving some real Pelicans. We're giving to the players and the staff. We're not. Hey, let's go to the Pelicans won. Let's go to the Sacramento Zoo and feed them sardines. Like they had something to do with it. Literal Pelicans are not beating the Warriors. Although, not a bad call. Last night we had a bat flying through the damn arena. I was about to leave if it flew next to me. Imagine, in San Francisco tonight, we just make a call. There's got to be some guy who's got a whole bunch of Pelicans. Let them loose on the floor. They start attacking Jordan Poole and Steph Curry.
Biting their legs off. Good. Good.
Nothing that's going to put them out long term, but just enough to lose a game tonight.
What's so funny is how the tone has changed. You hear Deuce yesterday with the utmost confidence in the Kings beating the T-Wolves. And now tonight, or we're into today, where Deuce now needs animals to attack the team that needs to lose so the Kings could make it in clinch a playoff spot tonight. Do you hear desperation? You don't want to play desperate. You don't want to play cocky. You got to find the balance, Deuce. You got to find the balance.
You are the one that brought up Pelicans. All I'm saying is, what kind of gift would you give like the team if they won? Someone in the chat kind of stole my idea.
What?
Ginger Elizabeth. You send some Ginger Elizabeth chocolate. Like if you're trying to like send a good Sacramento gift to Ginger Elizabeth,
that's a good. I mean, that's a really good one. A Sacramento staple.
I'm getting a couple dozen Marie's donuts to send to the team.
Ooh, also a good one. Babe's donuts are on line one.
Some blue diamond almonds, some nasty blueberry ones.
No,
those are actually good.
We give them the blueberry
Disgusting.
ones because we don't like them, but it's like, hey, it's from Sacramento, right?
Yeah. Get rid of the blueberry ones. I like that. Keep all the sriracha and habanero barbecue ones.
Is Orange Julius still a thing?
Ooh, oh my God. I used to love Orange Julius in Sacramento.
What else is Sacramento known for?
And
don't be like, send him a basket of farm to fork items.
Yeah, no, that's come on. Let's not
give him a tree.
Let's send him some of our garbage politicians.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Hell yeah.
You go there now.
Yeah.
Goodbye in a basket. Goodbye.
Let's send them some beam cream. Beamtown says Freeport Bakery King's Cake.
Ooh, that is a good one. God, what's in some Temple coffee?
Oh.
Yep.
Wake up. Yeah.
Give
Good
me
ideas.
Americano.
Good ideas. Hey, coming up next.
Yeah.
In 60 seconds, actually.
Oh.
The return of truth or trash.
Let's go.
We're always live on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Some purple laser pointers. Yep, could send that. Freeform wants to trade for some Smoothie King gift cards, but how are we going to use those gift cards?
That's a good point. That's a great point.
Trying to think what else would be like super Sacramento. I love Mulvaney's.
Can't really send him anything.
No. It would get hold. Gift them a Deuce Mason fireman calendar. If you like a flat ass.
Just to be clear, this is like the fourth reference of my butt.
Oh, well.
Oh, no. It's been way more than that.
Yeah, it's a little weird, right? Like she's been
I
staring
got
at
called fluffy.
Yeah, you've said it.
I can say it.
How about some candy from the old candy store at Old Sac? They have like two of them. Which one? Old Sac, kind of underrated.
Oh, yeah. Very underrated.
Hey, it's Deuce Mo, Sactown Sports 1140. Celebrating New Orleans today as they try to help out the Kings. Deuce Mason, Morgan, Reagan. Hey, Mo.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a little truth or trash today, huh?
Yeah, only if we have the sound people to tell us that is truth or trash, though.
We tell you what's real and what's downright garbage. It's truth or trash.
Truth or trash.
With Deuce and Mo.
It's pretty simple. We'll give you a statement. We'll tell you if it's truth or trash. First one, last night's home loss for the Kings proves the Kings aren't ready for playoff time.
Ooh, I'm going to say trash, but that was one of those moments that I think will get them ready for the playoffs, right? I think that experience of not only the pressure that was weighing on their shoulders from the crowd, from the arena, from the energy. You could tell everyone wanted it so bad that, including them, that it was too much pressure. Now, when I say that, there's going to be too much pressure. How do they handle too much pressure going forward? They can learn from that experience.
Yeah, Sabonis said after the game, the more games like this we are experiencing before the playoffs, the better.
Yeah.
Also, Jaden McDaniels after the game said, I just didn't want them to light the beam for real. That's all. I don't want to see that beam.
Dude, it's a thing. I mean, you heard Laurie Markkinen talk about it earlier in the year and saying just basically, hey, we don't want to see the beam. The beam brings out the best of the Kings and the city, and it tortures all other teams that come through.
Next up, the T-Wolves are the worst matchup for the Kings come playoff time. Truth or trash.
You and I took a little look at some of these Western Conference teams.
And look, we kind of focus more on the teams most likely to be there at 6.
Yes.
Assuming the Kings stay at 3. You're looking at the Clippers, the Warriors, the T-Wolves, and an outside chance of like the Pelicans.
And the Lakers. Outside. We put outside chance.
But the most realistic, probably 3 would be the Clippers, the T-Wolves, and the Warriors.
And out of those, not knowing where Paul George is with his health journey, the Warriors, it's just so hit or miss, but they're scary because of their experience mostly.
I am not putting the Warriors below the T-Wolves I'm worried about them come playoff time. Although the Warriors have flaws for sure, yeah, it's still Steph.
I get that.
Clay.
I get that. But this matchup specifically for the Kings against the T-Wolves has been very difficult. Naz Reid has been difficult. Yeah. Rudy Gobert. And then this is without Cat for a second time.
We don't know what it's going to look like with Cat. The Kings have not played the T-Wolves with Cat this year. The other thing about last night, big picture-wise, you do look at the 3 games and know the Kings have not shot the ball well from 3 against Minnesota.
Right.
37 of 117 from 3. That is just under 32%. Last night, they had the worst 3-point shooting of the year, 5 for 27. I thought they missed some good looks. The numbers back that up. Our guy Will Z put out this stat. 21 of the 27 Kings 3-point attempts were either open or wide open last night. Kings missed some looks. Why is that? I don't know. I'll just say this, though. Minnesota does a great job running the Kings off the 3-point line. 27 is a bigger concern to me than the 5 just the 5 they made. If Sacramento's clicking, if they're getting the offense going and playing with pace, getting in the paint, getting those touches like they should, and the ball's moving around, there's no way they're taking 27 threes. Their numbers should be around 40.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting as to why what alters their offense like that, especially when, like you said, you took a look at all the 3-point shots this morning, and you said that they had some really good open looks. And I think sometimes it's just within the flow of thing, what's deflating them. And I think missed shots deflate them. And then obviously not being able to get those stops on the defensive end is really deflating.
Well, De'Aaron Fox, what was up with all those missed shots, man?
I think there were times where they took away the 3, but I also think we missed a good amount of open threes tonight. We didn't shoot as many as we want to, but like I said, I think they just did a good job of being able to take the 3 away.
They do. They're long. They're physical. They stay attached to their guy. They put on good pressure. Kevin Huerter had to work really hard to get open looks.
Dude, trying to come off those DHOs off of a Sabonis shoulder or whatever.
Not as easy,
It's just not as easy. And when it slows you down and slows down your footwork, you're just not going to get the space you need. Even at times when they did, you're still going to feel a different type of rush going into your shot.
That's exactly it. It's not only the physicality and the length, it's speeding you up.
Yeah.
Right? You're sprinting harder just to get a look at it, and it takes you a bit out of your rhythm.
More muscle, more base, just to get that shot off.
But with that said, some of the looks they got last night, I was looking at Trey Lyles. He had some bad misses. Fox had some bad misses. Keegan had a couple that went in and out. He had some bad misses that seemed like this team is just a better shooting team than they were last night. And you wonder if that impacted their mentality last night. Missing shots, defensive breakdowns. All of a sudden you're slumping your shoulders, not playing your game. I thought the other encouraging thing about last night, we talked about their size and their length. The Kings scored 60 points in the paint. The one caveat to that, they only had 6 points in the paint in the fourth quarter, 3 for 11 inside the paint. Obviously, Gobert's size does wonders. Kyle Anderson has great length. Naz Reid is just such a Kings killer.
He's such a Kings. I said this to you last night. I was like, is he scarier to have in there than Rudy Gobert at times? And I just think the way that his ability to get to the basket with authority, his ability to stretch the floor. I mean, he killed the Kings from 3 last game. And then you look at last night's game, it was just like getting into the paint. They altered the way that they wanted to play. Chris Finch, fantastic job coaching this squad and making those adjustments too.
It would have been so sweet to clinch at home. I think that's why people were feeling it big time last night. Because you said cocky or whatever, but the belief walking into last night going, hey, it feels like the stars are aligning. You're getting a team on the second night of a back-to-back. You're at home. You just need this one win. The crowd's going to be engaged. Cat's not playing. Ant may not play. Oh, you should win that game.
It wasn't only us, though. You look at national media that was there. You look
my God. There was a ton of national media there. Mark J. Spears.
Yeah.
Logan Murdoch from The Ringer has been around a lot. Sam Amick was there. Wob.
Slater.
Anthony Slater. Anyone else? It was, I think G-Man said in Mike Brown's press conference, there were 35 media members there.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I would say on like kind of an average night, 15.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So there's a lot of extra media at that game last night. And recently, honestly, the last few games.
And it's funny when people just start to show up when they're good too. And it's like, oh, now we want to cover them up close.
ESPN was in town too. ESPN was in town the day before. They were doing a feature piece on De'Aaron Fox. I think it's going to air during the playoffs.
Oh.
Yeah. And so the ESPN had cameras everywhere last night. I mean, Wob from social media, he came from across the country to be here to capture content.
Dude.
First time in Sacramento. I met him. He's like, guess for my first time in Sacramento.
Is he going to go to Portland now?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, I mean, I just thought he was going to follow them until they clinch.
In the chat, you can always submit your own truth or trash. Like Brooke, truth or trash, Wob is never allowed back at Golden One Center. If you believe in that stuff, yeah, you could say that.
Hey, you're the one that tweeted that out last night.
Yeah, it was just a joke.
I know. She's kidding too.
No, she's not.
Oh.
She's really serious.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. That's such a dumb thing to say.
That was a drop.
Yeah, I didn't just say that.
Truth or trash,
You're
Morgan?
all losers.
Truth or trash?
Uh-huh.
You're kind of getting excited for WrestleMania this weekend.
No, I forgot that it was this weekend. Trash. But now I'll watch it. Do I have time?
Trash.
You're not excited either? You're not excited for Brock against Omos?
No.
Oh, is that who's wrestling?
You know, the bill. I think there was so many expectations for this because it's in LA. Oh, is The Rock? Is he gonna be there? And now you're looking at it going, this is it? This 2-night event? And last year was pretty fun. Austin coming back. That was cool.
The one I thought I was gonna hate.
What?
I actually loved last year.
I know.
Sami Zayn
Jackass match. Yeah. It was great. Sami Zayn's a
Oh,
star.
yeah. That was last year. That feels
Sami
like it was
Zayn.
5 years ago. God, I don't remember anything. There's so much of it. And I'm just like jam packing NBA content in my head.
I was watching like never before during the whole Sami Zayn Roman Reigns thing. And it was so pumped. And now that it's going just like, oh, they're gonna be tag teams. They're gonna go against the Usos. It's like,
Wait, who's Sami Zayn with?
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, they're friends.
Oh,
again.
they're back again?
Yeah, they hugged and they're back. They're best friends.
They're Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh. Who's gonna win between them and the Usos?
Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Super Usy.
And then the Usos are gonna go back to doing nothing or what?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
So disappointing. So disappointing. But guess what? We'll be there watching.
Oh, but Cody Rhodes is gonna be new champion.
Yeah, but
Hooray.
but the split the belt. So like, what's that mean? Yeah, exactly. We got more truth or trash coming up, including are the Niners? That shouldn't be a question. Should the
That's
Niners
such a dumb thing to say?
should stop wasting time it's time to trade Trey Lance.
Whoa.
We do that coming up next. Deuce Mo on Sactown Sports, 1140, SactownSports.com. Jamar says, what we need is 50 Cent in the building. Kings are 6-0 when 50 is in the building. Is that true? I don't think
Really?
he's been at 6 games.
Wait, did he just start a partnership with the
T-Wolves?
Yeah.
that's
So
what it
I'm
was.
trying to think. Both Rockets games.
Oh, duh. He was in Houston when the Kings played the Rockets.
Oh, that too.
That's how he's
So actually, that was like because it was like back to back both times, right?
Wow. Because he hasn't been at 6 games in Sacramento.
No.
50 Cent didn't know Keegan's name. Yeah, I called him Alex. And of course, I just had no idea.
Do you think that was a prank on 50?
No.
50?
No.
That Keegan said like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. He goes, he's looking at it very, my name's Alex Lund.
If he
Nice
did
to meet
that,
you.
that would be the most epic thing that Keegan Murray has ever done.
Scout in the chat says, Kyle Anderson is old. I played ball with him in LA 20 years ago. I love Kyle Anderson.
How old
I
is
heard the
he?
Kings were really interested in him over the offseason before he signed with Minnesota. That's the other guy that Memphis lost that they could use big time. He's just a guy. He's a winning player. And to answer your question, he's 29.
So old.
I would love to have Kyle Anderson on this team.
Yeah, I like him.
He's tough. He's a great communicator defensively. He can do a little bit of everything out there. And he's got good size, smart, high IQ, could pass it. Yeah. He's under contract next year. He's in the final year of a deal, 9.2.
Goodbye, Deuce.
I'll leave you with that note.
Thank you.
Will he be back in time?
Who cares? I got it. Are you kidding me? Oh, Chris Verlaud. Did you see what Ty Lue had to say the other day?
No.
He said that he's missed 7 funerals in the past few months of his family members, family and friends, because the Clippers were losing, and he's just like so dedicated to being around. And all I'm thinking is, and someone tweeted this, and they're like, when the Clippers are done with you, they say bye-bye and fire. Like, stop prioritizing work over your personal life. Like, what are you doing? Go or these people were not that important, and you just, they were just people that were not to say, like, there's people that have passed away that I've known that I'm not going to their funeral, and it's just like super sad still, but I'm not talking about like, oh, I missed a funeral for work. Like, get over yourself.
So who you mad at?
I don't know anymore.
Here we go.
Corporations.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
But that's an every day type of hatred, Morgan. Hey, I'm Chris Verlaud with your Sactown Sports headlines. Kings will have to continue to wait to clinch a playoff spot after their 119-115 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Kings are off today. They'll be back in action tomorrow night when they take on the Portland Trailblazers. You can listen to tomorrow night's game right here on Sactown Sports. Even though the Kings are not playing tonight, they can still clinch a playoff spot if the New Orleans Pelicans win tonight in San Francisco against the Warriors. ESPN's Adam Schefter is reporting that 2 different groups have both submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer for the Washington Commanders. Schefter also added that there is a growing belief a purchase agreement could be in place by the NFL draft. It is 1:30, time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more with Deuce and Mo.
This sounds like the music we'd play if the Pelicans lost tonight.
So we're still going for music.
Yeah, it's just kind of like we're walking out.
That was a tough match for those 2 teams. Dame. Tuts.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us here on this Tuesday. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports, 1140 SactownSports.com. Been doing some truth or trash. Oh, here's one, Morgan.
Yeah.
John Lynch said Brock Purdy has probably earned the right to be the guy.
Oh.
Truth or trash, the 49ers should trade Trey Lance now.
If you really believe he's not your guy, then truth.
Yeah. They brought in Sam Darnold, and Ian Rappaport today was on Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
And he was suggesting that because of where Brock is at, Shanahan made some comments that they won't really know Brock's official timeline until 3 months from now.
Oh, my God.
And he was suggesting that there's a belief they might just go with Sam Darnold.
And Trey Lance.
So, I don't know, man. If you're already out on Trey Lance, it's kind of crazy. You gave up so much to get him, but also if he's not the guy, he's not the guy.
Do it now.
You move on. But man, if the Niners are betting their hopes on Sam Darnold and or Brock Purdy, is that the bet you want to make? That's the thing. I feel like we're going in a direction with the 49ers where if this group does not win a title, all we're going to be talking about is, well, they were a quarterback away. There are guys out there. There are guys.
They had everyone they needed
Tom
on the
Brady.
defensive side.
Could they have made a run at Rodgers back in the day? Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson.
I was going to say, what's going on with Lamar Jackson now?
Exactly.
So, I don't know. It's, you and I were talking about this. They seem ruthless enough to do what they need to do and to make the right changes to become like, look what they did to get Trey Lance, right? They just made some big moves. They made things happen because they believed, and probably wasn't the right thing. So now do the right thing. I think when we look at the T-Wolves and we saw them struggling, we saw like the whole Rudy Gobert and Cat thing. It was like, well, admitting you're wrong is, trading Cat or trading Gobert or whatever. Or I think it was trading Gobert would admit you're wrong, but who cares? Admit you're wrong and do the right thing.
Yeah, at some point, if you don't feel like you're going to give him that chance, Trey Lance that chance to just go out there and get it. I mean, John Lynch saying he probably earned it when you gave up the draft capital you did to get Trey Lance.
Oh my God.
That's rough, man. It's really rough.
Team Sam.
So as excited as I know people can be about the Niners, every year when you question the quarterback and you're uncertain about it, and you may have to start the year with Sam Darnold. I understand Shanahan's liked him in the past. I just feel like that's just a gamble I'm not taking. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
What has been holding that? Last year, of course, Purdy goes down, and that changes everything in the game. Who knows how that game would have unfolded? But when you have the defense that they have, you have the weapons that they have on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Get the quarterback right. Go win a title. I just think Shanahan I think he's a really good coach, but I also think he believes with his brain, he can take any quarterback that he kind of likes and mold him, shape him into the quarterback he wants to lead them.
That should be, it should be his mindset. It should be, but at the same time, you have to be realistic about it. If they aren't capable of doing something in this game that has evolved into where quarterbacks that can utilize their legs are very, very important. Like you want a dynamic quarterback nowadays. And I think sure you can get away with having a quarterback with a great arm. You can get away with it. But like when you can find both, especially with how quarterbacks have evolved, this game has evolved, like you got to go in that direction.
Next up on Truth or Trash, Morgan Reagan. Lamar Jackson will get his wish. He will have a new home in 2023. He came out yesterday, put on social media that he requested a trade in early March. Of course, they're not working out a long-term contract. They're just not on the same page.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they're on the same page, especially since that came out right before Harbaugh's press conference. Like,
literally right before.
It seems like there was like a little bit of pettiness that was involved in that, but good for him. Like, you're not getting what you want. You have earned so much in this league with just, and again, people might say like, but how many Super Bowls has he won? Whatever. How many Super Bowls have so many other quarterbacks won in this league, right? Not everyone, it's hard to win in this league, but if you are accomplishing other things at a high level, like you're showing you're doing your job, people have to do the rest of their job. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. And I think sometimes people forget that with the NFL and quarterbacks. And I think Lamar Jackson, I don't know what's going to happen, but sure, he's going to end up on a different team.
It's just wild. Like, I know he wants a lot of money, and I think teams around don't want to throw out the crazy deal that the Browns gave Deshaun Watson. But like, God, Lamar Jackson won an MVP in this league. He's young.
Yeah.
Get him with some more
He can use his legs. He can,
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Good enough.
And I understand, like, and this is where people start getting on Lamar Jackson for not having an agent. I don't know how valuable that would really be in this situation, but it's tough. It's tough. And I just hope it plays out well for him because he deserves to be rewarded too, but he also deserves to be supported and feel like, you know, he's been compensated appropriately for what he's brought to the table as an NFL quarterback. He's not just another guy in this league, but it's like he's being treated as if he's just another guy.
He is being treated like that. And it's funny how that works with certain quarterbacks. But the other thing I was going to ask you, do you think a whole bunch of agents from different places have been reaching out to him now and like trying to sell him on like, hey,
I can get what you need, blah, blah.
Yeah.
According to ESPN, by the way, he turned down a 5-year, $250 million contract with $133 million guaranteed in September. It's a lot of money.
Is Adam Schefter at a wedding?
Schefter's at the owners meeting, and it looks like it's funny, we have ESPN on the screen.
What?
Schefter looks like he's staring directly into the sun. His eyes are closed. Like, I can't see it. My eyes are probably watering, but I got to talk about Lamar Jackson here. I do wonder if some agents are kind of irritated with Lamar. Like, no, you're not getting that either because you're not going to be able to get that on your own. And we could help you out and make money, but whatever. Good luck.
I mean, screw it. Yeah, whatever.
Last one on Truth or Trash, Morgan.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball opening day is this week with all these new rules in baseball. The pitch clock.
That's
Larger
cool.
bases. The shifts are over. You're more excited for baseball season to see what it's about this year.
Absolutely trash.
That's weird. I'm truth on this. I'm not saying I'm amped up, ready to go. I'm going to be, I got to be locked into opening day.
Bigger things happening right now.
I understand with the Kings. I think there are bigger stories. We're all feeling it. We're NBA junkies. But I think there is a level of intrigue to turn on a game just to see what it looks like. If it is more exciting, if we see more action, you see more stolen bases, you see the game moving a little quicker.
Yeah.
I think these are all things that are intriguing. Some of the baseball purists hate it, but
which makes me love it even more.
I do think you have to evolve all sports.
I find you being excited about it great because I think there are going to be other people like you out there that are like, oh, I want to check this out. No one wants to commit to any sporting event that is going to be over 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even close to whatever. It's just so much of your life. Like, I even think about people that, commit their times to all these different radio shows sometimes, it's like you're listening to people. And now a lot of people, like, it will work out with just what they do in their lives.
Sometimes these shows are kind of like baseball where you are in and out, like you have it on, and that's how people consume baseball. I'm trying to find the official time on this because you're mentioning this. This came out the other day. In spring training through Sunday, games averaged 2 hours and 35 minutes in spring training.
Wow.
Which is a drop from 3 hours and 1 minute. That
huge
is a massive drop.
Huge. That's like a basketball game.
A half hour?
Right?
It dropped off. I'd say NBA games are 2:15-ish.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, still though, that's impressive.
Runs fell from 10.6 per game to 10.2. Batting average from 259 to 256, but batting average on balls in play rose from 325 to 314 for lefty hitters, while remaining 311 for righties. So obviously it's a sample size, but I think, I still think there's far too many games in baseball. I mean, 162 games, just outrageous. I mean, spread it out a little more. right? You don't need this many games. They don't want to change that, but if you're going to evolve it, do these type of things.
You know, guys are getting paid $300 million for 13 years or whatever the hell those deals are now, and it's just like, what a ridiculous commitment to. Again,
it's crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like people aren't even married that long.
But I want to see some stolen bases again. We haven't seen that in a long time. And the baseball purists most of them hate these rule changes. Yeah, because it's not the game they fell in love with, right?
I get
and
that.
There's a lot of traditionalists when it comes to the game. I would say this, I get it a bit, but in the NBA, there's time 3-pointers. The idea of a 3-point line was crazy. Now it's revolutionized the game. Dunking used to be illegal in games.
And don't you want the game to live on forever for the next generations? And it's not going to unless it evolves. So even if it's not what you necessarily like, it might be what works for the next generation. And that's truly what it's about. Even in the NBA, you're going to keep seeing this game evolve. There's going to be things that we're going to sound like old people on that bug us.
No, because as I'm a Gen Z, it's not happening.
Of course. But I even look at like the free throw in the G League, and I love it. One free throw for 2 points until you reach the fourth quarter.
I hate it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good for the game. No, it's Morgan, you get fouled into 3 and you get 1 free throw for 3 points.
Love it. The pressure is on.
It's terrible.
I will say this: baseball's entire like selling point forever has been like, "Oh, we never change ever."
Yeah,
and now they've gotten to a point like, "Okay, we might have to do something.
We're gonna die.
Everything at once."
You know what I would like? Just make it where you can see players having fun, like the whole unwritten rule stuff. Like I want to see bat flips. I want to see,
and they've gotten better at that.
They have gotten better.
The younger generation is so much better at that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. And the ballpark food still.
Oh, I got
no
some
way.
ballpark food for you coming up. Actually.
Ooh, mammoth meatballs.
Yeah.
Where would those sell at? What baseball team would that sell for?
Okay. I'm gonna go with like
Florida.
I would say the Rockies.
No,
You think
Florida.
Yeah. Don't they do what are those called? Rocky Mountain oysters? Don't they do that there?
I don't know. I've been to a
I
game
think so.
there, and I don't know. I don't remember seeing them.
Huh.
We'll talk that and so much more. We're on till 2:00. That's Cattles and Rummy on Sactown Sports, 1140 SactownSports.com. Benjamin says baseball needs to do a better job at marketing their young stars. Yeah, like Ohtani, I think, got more attention in the last 2 weeks than he has gotten in his entire career, which is crazy when you think of what he does as a player. He pitches and he hits and he's great. Like he should be the face.
Yeah,
Well,
baseball.
here's something you also have to consider. He was actually playing when his team could win something.
Yeah. But like, how do you get it so people get excited about Ohtani? Like, I don't know. It's tough. I think part of it, honestly, is we spend so much time talking about this every year with baseball. One, I love going to baseball games. It's fun. It's chill. You relax, have a good time. 162 games, especially that length it's been for years. You're asking too much. You're just asking for casualness because there's no
Thank you.
There's no incentive. Like, oh, you gotta go. You're gonna miss out. It's like there's a game tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. If your team's bad, you're like, I don't want to go.
Look at all the people that spent money on a Kings game yesterday because there was like obviously something special about it. There's not going to be that all the time, but still, if there's importance to certain games, there's going to be sellout crowds. There's going to be people that crave it, the demand.
How many season ticket holders do you think there are in baseball?
Oh, I don't know.
That it's just that person or couple that go to 81 games.
Very few. There's
Really?
definitely some that do. Yeah, I mean, I think there's
think about the money you'd have to have for that.
If you're a retired person, I don't think it's as expensive as you think for season tickets, depending on the team.
Really?
I'm just thinking of just like, even for the A's, I think it'd be expensive. And if you're like
10K or like 50K for the year?
I would say like a few $1,000s.
But if you're a retired person who has a little money and you're like baseball, like
wait, a few thousand? I thought people spend like 20K a year on Kings season tickets.
That depends on where you're sitting.
Yeah.
Oh, is that?
Wow, you've got nice friends.
No. I felt like I remember that not being even like a close seat. Like that was like top of the
My mom and her cousin, I remember the first year of Golden One, they got like cheap season tickets, like up in the nosebleeds.
And how much?
I don't remember, but I remember it was like pretty. They basically said like, well, the money we're going to pay to get scalp tickets for opening night is probably what we're going to pay for a season ticket.
Whoa.
So they did that.
Okay. So wow. Okay. Yeah. Never seen prices for season tickets. And
JJ Sub just sent me a DM, and it's kind of funny because it is a picture of Alex Len with 50 Cent.
That is
when he was in Phoenix.
Wait.
So maybe Alex Len really is his favorite. Or is that just how random is that?
No. He was talking about Alex Len.
There's no way. But why would Alex Len still be his favorite? Just because he posed with him? I don't know. I don't buy it.
Because it's the only player that he knows.
That's so weird.
Alex. Yeah, why would he say Alex with so much but yeah, I don't know why, but he explained Keegan. He described Keegan.
Yeah. It's Rami.
It's Rami.
And his jacket's wet. That means it's still raining. Golly.
I'm so hungry.
Aaron says my lower level are just over 5,000. That's cheap compared to most of the other lower level options. So 5,000, but how is that for 1 or 2 tickets?
But then you got to double the amount of games if you're talking baseball.
Yeah, no. But he was talking about basketball.
Yeah.
5,000 divided by 41. It's 121 a game.
Wait, how much was it?
I mean, 5,000 divided
5,
by 41.
okay.
I mean, I guess if you include preseason, 43, so that knocks it down a little.
See, that's
bit.
what I'm saying, you guys. Like, people spend
but
lower bowl. Like, you're spending like $10K for the year.
That's 2 tickets, though. Oh, that's actually not.
Oh,
that's not too bad. I mean, yeah. If I didn't work in sports and I had the money, I would definitely buy season tickets to an NBA team. And I'd go to every game. Get on board today, baby. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan until 2 p.m. Then it's Cattles and Rami in the building to talk about what went down last night. Maybe they'll carry this on. Maybe they want to get on the Pelicans bandwagon tonight. Pellies going for the win against Golden State.
Come on, Pelicans.
Come on, Pelicans. And why do you feel like why you're probably wondering why? Why, guys? It's pretty simple.
Why?
Pelicans win, the Kings clinch tonight. Pelicans are 8-point dogs on the road against the Warriors, who lost their last home game and are probably one of the best home teams in the NBA. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Morgan Reagan.
Yeah.
We were just talking about baseball before the break.
Yeah.
So we have to wake people back up for a second. Baseball food. Every year, these baseball teams come out with new food items, and you have described yourself as what today? Fluffy, which means what?
I'm very unhealthy and down for whatever you feed me.
Perfect. So here's some baseball food. The Giants this year are debuting some new fries. You like fries?
I love French fries. I know someone that said that they're going to have a French fry party, or it's a potato party, and you have like tater tots, you have potatoes, potato soup.
Well, let's stick to this. How about you go to the ballpark? Giants are playing. You go to the concession stand. How about the debut of crab fries?
In it, want it, done.
Old Bay seasoned waffle fries topped with Dungeness crab, smothered in garlic lemon aioli, and sprinkled with fresh chives.
Oh, I want to go right now. I'm so hungry. That sounds so good.
Okay, how about the White Sox? They have a few items that you could be interested in.
Okay.
It's the Champagne of Dogs. Champagne of Dogs is a tasty new addition in 2023. A half-pound Vienna beef foot-long frank served on a brioche bun and topped with champagne relish and habanero mustard.
Well, they made it sound good, but I bet you it's not as good as it sounds.
Okay. How about a classic ballpark corn dog smothered in creamy queso fresco and topped with fresh jalapenos, grilled corn, cilantro. What's that cheese? I don't want to mess it up.
Oh,
C-O,
yeah. How do you say that?
C-O-T-I-J. That cheese, Chris?
Kocha?
Kocha, is that how you
Is it
say it?
Kocha?
Okay, thanks. You're supposed to know. You're the,
You're supposed to know.
he's a food expert.
Kocha.
But I know that cheese and it's good.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
Oh, but so that whole corn dog sounds amazing, but does that make it the cornbread soggy?
Great question.
Thank
Great
you.
question. This is something you're guaranteed to love.
What?
The mango nata. You ready for the mango nata? A mango sorbet incorporating fresh mangoes, fiery chili powder. Fans can enjoy a mango nata at the ballpark.
Yep. Me, Chris.
Because you like the meat. What are those called? Micheladas?
Michelada.
Micheladas? Sorry, I sound so cool right
Yeah,
now.
you sound like an idiot. Chris,
That's
such a dumb thing to say. Mangolada or what?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the
Sound
Rangers.
excited.
How about the Rangers putting out this? The Boom Burger.
Okay.
2 feet of
Boom!
Yes. 2 feet of pure,
Burger, baby!
Yes. 2 feet of pure burger and cheese with jalapenos, chili, and onion rings. Yes, I said 2 feet because they have the Boom Stick, which is a 2 foot long hot dog.
Okay.
This is 2 feet worth of pure burger and cheese with jalapenos, chili, and onion rings.
Does that mean like this?
Maybe.
Can you?
No,
what
I
is
think
it?
like this.
No.
I wish everyone could see you.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Look up the Boom Burger, Morgan.
Boom Burger. What ballpark?
Rangers.
Rangers.
They have some interesting food.
Let's see. Images.
Cotija, by the way. Thank you so much,
Oh.
YouTubers. Cotija cheese.
Cotija. Okay. Wow.
What's cringe, Martin? What are you talking about? Don't irritate me at the end of the show. Yeah. The next thing they have, Morgan, that you might be interested in,
Yeah.
the brisket croissant.
Brisket. Ooh, okay. What's this?
A croissant filled with brisket and covered in sweet baby raised donut style glaze. The perfect sweet and salty barbecue snack.
Wow.
That sounds kind of fun.
I'm down for that life.
They also are debuting a flamin' hot Cheetos pretzel.
Yes.
I'm out.
Why?
I don't like flamin' hot Cheetos.
Ew, you're gross.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Are you a serial killer?
No,
You were talking
trash.
about cannibalism earlier. Like, how do you not eat fire hot
Oh,
Cheetos?
I would totally eat Cheeto dust
Flamin'.
on a human. Yeah. The last one, the pizza dog. They call it a real head turner.
Okay, why?
It's a beef hot dog topped with all the pepperoni pizza toppings.
Ew.
That sounds
ew.
gross.
Wait,
Ew.
what is it? I missed the first part.
It's a pizza dog. It's literally the
So it's a
laziest.
hot dog.
It's a hot dog with pizza toppings.
Okay.
Lame.
Have
lame.
you seen that burger that like I think it's KFC or something? I don't even know what it is.
Oh,
And
the
it's,
double.
and it's a chicken breast that's fried, and it's a chicken breast that's fried with crap in between, and there you go. I think that's like that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard of.
Do those snacks get you fired up to go to the ballpark and try some new foods?
The crab fries.
You're in on the crab
I
fries.
love
Crab fries,
fries.
definitely.
Yeah. And the
But those are probably like $35.
Oh,
all-
yeah. What do you think they cost? They lowered beer prices at the ballpark now. And domestic beer is $9 at Giants games.
drunker people, smart, really
Yeah.
smart.
And shorter games, great combination.
So stupid, dude. So stupid. Yeah, I'm down for the fries. I would try it's funny. I say I would try everything. I don't even eat meat anymore, but I've had meat in this past year for the first time in a couple years. And for special things like this, I would try.
We have some breaking news coming out of the NBA, too, that will impact the Kings. It's
What?
official. The Portland Trailblazers, according to Chris Haynes, they are holding Damian Lillard out the remainder of the season.
Rip
So,
City, Portland.
P-Town. Kings will be there tomorrow to clinch. Or can they clinch tonight? Go Pelicans, baby!
Go
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Come on, Pelicans.
Coming up next, Cattles and Rami. Do not go anywhere. You can watch the show, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. 1140 a.m. can listen. Also, the free Sactown Sports app. You can get it at sacktownsports.com. We love you guys, but we got to go.
See ya.